Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pirelli Stadium here in Burton upon Trent as the Addicts take on Burton Albion in this League One encounter. Alongside me is can I say Hall of Famer? Can I say that?
Yeah,
I heard him say it on the American football. And I thought I'm going to call Brownie Hall of Famer.
Well, we teased Robert Lee about that one. I'm the only one in the studio that's in the Hall of Fame. So, can you believe that?
No, you're right.
Can you believe that with those three sitting around me?
Sitting beside you, of course I can.
Actually, no, Liz don't say that. I was thinking about Robert Lee. I don't know why.
So let's cue that up again. Sitting beside me, Hall of Famer, Stevie Brown. Stevie, very good evening to you. You're welcome, of course. And we'll go through lineups. We'll go through everything in due course. Is it? I mean, I hate the phrase, and you'll very rarely hear me say it. But are we in must-win territory?
No. I mean, we look. The gravity of the situation isn't anywhere near as bad as it could be, I don't think, at this moment in time. But it's the opposition that makes you feel like this is a must-win, because they're, I think if you look when we were supposed to meet them, they were in a dire run of form, and they have picked up. A couple of the wins have come in cup games, but they have had their first league win of the season just recently. So they've picked up form a little bit. They've lost their manager. They've got an interim manager at the moment, Tom Hounsell, and under him they have picked up a little bit of form. But look, the reality is, in that dressing room, this is one. The next three games, in reality, you are looking to win all three. I think Walsall, funny enough, is probably the trickiest one. Away from home in a cup tie, that they're playing particularly well. They're confident. They're winning most weeks, and that's a tricky one. But these two league games we've got, I think your mindset has to be to pick up 6 points. It has to be. Particularly here, this side's had one win in 15 games. It's bottom of the league. It's bottom of the form guide. Over the last 10 games. So this is an opportunity for us, really, to kickstart. We need to get off this little mini run we're on of not winning in 5. We've only won 2 in the last 12. We're coming up against a really poor outfit statistically, this season. And we've really got to kickstart our campaign again. Get it going tonight. Move on to Saturday. If you can get through that one, we've got your anticipation of a third round tie, maybe pulling out one of the plum teams, and then off to Crawley or back to the Valley to pick up against Crawley, who, under Rob Elliott, who's a former Charlton player, have picked up a little bit. But again, very beatable. Should be looking to pick up those 6 points. And then, what are we going to be talking about next Wednesday if that happens? It's going to be a much better place to be. But you've still got to beat what's in front of you. But we have to be picking up, in my opinion, 6 points over the next 2 league games. And
there's a difference between the professional footballer and the mindset of a Charlton fan, who's probably looking more at the negative. If we don't win the next one, we don't win the next one, we don't win the...
I totally agree. There's a pressure here because of the nature and who we're playing. So I'm sure there are some doubts. And there'll be fans listening going, look, if we lose this one, look, there's going to be a reaction, isn't there? Absolutely 100% there's going to be a reaction if we don't win here tonight. But let's deal with that when it comes. The mindset going into this for the next, I think the next 7 days is a big 7 days. In terms of where our season is sat. But there is a long, long way to go. My fear is, we're 4 points off relegation. So the first thing you want to do is get some more points between us and that position. But the league is relatively tight from the relegation zone to the playoff zone. So if you were to pick up 6 points, we're probably talking about catching the tails of the play. That's how tight it is. So let's not panic too much, and let's see what we get out of these next 7 days, because we could be having a completely different conversation this time next week.
Right, panic over. But it was a frustrating game on Saturday at Huddersfield. Let's have a quick look at the highlights, and we can talk over those as and when they come. But it was a frustration for many reasons, because I actually thought second half down to 10 men we played as well as we'd played for a number of, probably a good number of weeks. The sad truth was, though, down to 10 men, a real struggle to get a result when you're up against an informed side.
I have to agree. I thought my assessment on Saturday was quite close to what I felt once I watched the highlights again, which was we weren't quite at the races first 45 minutes. I thought You know, Huddersfield took the lead, could have got a second if they had. I think that would have broken the back of, you know, quite a few of the Charlton players. They didn't. We found a way to get an equaliser from the penalty spot, which was great. Sending off, you think, wow, that's us done. You know, it's impacted us. You know, they're a good side at home, and I actually thought the response, particularly in the first 15 minutes of the second half, was excellent. I think it surprised Huddersfield. I think they were expecting us to come out, sit behind the ball, soak it up and try and get a counter, and we didn't do that. We went on the front foot. We actually pinched a few balls high up. We had two good opportunities. One which was a very, very good move with a ball in from the left, which Miles met with his head. And I honestly thought the back of the net was going to ripple on that one. It was inches wide, but a Hadley miss is a big miss, you know. And when you're down to 10 men, you're away at a good side. Those have to go in for you to get anything from the game. In saying that, you know, Huddersfield had a lot of the ball, but the chances they created were good chances. The header that was missed in the first half and the 1v1 from Miles in the second half should have finished, really. You've got to give Ashley Maynard-Brewer a lot of credit for racing off his 9 and denying him that one. But yeah, I actually thought we did pick up our game a little bit. I don't think you can ask any more, really, of the 10 men in the second half at Huddersfield. They gave it a go. But Huddersfield are on that kind of run at home, in particular, where they're finding ways to win games, and they found a way to win that one on Saturday.
Well, against, I mean, you're a player, you know this. I suppose it's been said on many occasions. Trying to play against 10 men sometimes can be tough.
Yeah.
One, a mentality issue, I assume, and second, because those 10 men actually raised their game because of a backs to the wall kind of scenario, I suppose. So Huddersfield had to contend with that. They did, albeit. You know, we did have chances. I mean, that Miles Leeburn header, and then I think the bigger one was Gaston Hadley's header just shortly after that, where if it had connected, it had to go in, and he just didn't get the connection that he should have done. And we might have come away with it, but sad truth was, you know, it was a defeat on the road. And the goals, I think, particularly will probably disappoint Nathan Jones. The first one, especially, free header in the box, and we almost conceded another one virtually afterwards in the same scenario. And then a long effort, which, you know, okay, sometimes you can't do anything about, but I'm sure he'll think we should have closed him down a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little look at it over and over, and they move the ball from right to left, and there's a sideward pass that we do try and shut down. But I've said this before, shutting down's one thing, but when you get out to it, like, if I'm running out that far to get to the guy who's shooting, I would have just thrown myself in front of it somehow. I'd block it with something. But players now tend to get out and then stand still as the shot comes in, and it's how many have we seen go past those players and into the back of the net this year? Too many is the answer. And again on Saturday, people might go, I thought Ashley could have done better. You know, from where it goes in, you don't know how late he sees that. We haven't got the benefit of seeing how late he sees that shot come through the players in front of him, what vision is blocked and impaired by those players that are trying to make the block, and it goes past him quicker than he can react. And from their perspective, that was the all-important moment, because they would have started to get a little bit more desperate as the game went on and unfolded. But once they got the second, you could see the pressure was off a little bit. You know, and then it was about retaining possession, killing off the game a little bit. But yeah, I think you can always be critical. The biggest worry probably I would have had about Saturday was the two headers, because we might need to defend our box from set pieces well tonight. You know, and you just can't keep giving opportunities away, in my opinion, from free kicks and corners, because it's a tough ask when you keep going behind. You know, the statistic about our first half, you know, scoring 2 goals in 15 games in the first half is quite a tough statistic to take, and it's tough when you keep having to come back from a goal behind. You know, it's tough mentally out on the pitch.
Well, one of those players who was tasked to do that was Alex Mitchell, and he spoke to himself after the game on Saturday. Let's hear what he had to say. Alex, 2-1 defeat here at the John Smith Stadium, but I think you'll probably be amongst a lot of people who said it doesn't really tell the tale of the game.
No, it's yeah, I've come off the pitch asking the boys how we conceded 2 goals there. It's a frustrating one. Obviously, we had the momentum first 20 minutes. Red card's a bit of a sucker punch for us, but I'll be honest, I think we're good enough to win with 10 men. Second half, I thought we were very good, created enough chances to win the game. Even though I would say probably last 20 when we're chasing it, they had a couple of opportunities as well. But yeah, it's a frustrating one. But there's a lot of character, but we need to start picking up points, because if not, we're not going to do what we want to do this season.
I mean, the timing, it's never great to lose a player, but the timing straight after we got back into the game couldn't have been worse. But half-time came. What was the feeling in the dressing room when you came in at half-time, and how you approached the second half?
Yeah, it's hard to lose the skipper. It was a weird one though, because obviously we've lost the skipper. Even when we were 10 men for the 25 minutes or whatever it was on the pitch, I don't think they really threatened us. We defended really well. It's just, I'm just not baffled, but I can't believe we've conceded 2 goals, lost the game, and it's frustrating for the fans, because they travel all this way, and yeah, I just don't understand what's happened there. But we created enough chances to win the game, and that's from all over the pitch. I think we were solid. Won a lot of first contact, second ball turned them well. Boys got us. I made a mistake in the first half. Boys get you out of trouble. Josh Edwards helped me really well. I thought Maka was excellent. Reg as well. So it's just, it's a frustrating one, but Tuesday's a must win, and we got to go again.
Can you take the positives from that? I mean, it's fine margins. The first goal, set piece. Second goal, long range. We get the sending off as well, and we had chances in that second half. 2 very good ones. I mean, Miles was tough, but almost got there.
Yes, I think there's a lot of positives you can take, but the negatives of the result is the main thing to take out of it. It's a hard one, because the first 3 games of the season probably weren't playing excellent, but we were winning games. We were being ugly to win games, and to get promoted in 6 months, 7 months' time, whatever it is, no one's going to look back at the performances, going to see if you got promoted or not. Obviously, it'd be nice to do it, playing liquid football, playing really well, and to be honest, at times I think we do. I think we are. We play out a couple of times. We move it to then hit a diag where we have both our strikers are 6'2", 6'3". God is running off the back of them. So yeah, there are positives, but at the end of the day, we need to get points. We need to get the playoffs autos, and at the moment we're not doing that.
It was an ugly afternoon out there. The conditions were appalling at times, but it looked like we were battling through it, and it's a double whammy not to be able to get anything out of a game that quite easily you could have folded. Yeah,
I think it's the same for both teams. I think that's the thing. I think we were right up for it. I was really up for it. I think that's my bread and butter with wet games. You can tackle quite hard, and then I don't think you can ever fault boys' effort. I don't think you can fault the quality as well. I just think it's just one of them games. I'm just baffled how we've not get a result. It's like you say, it took a long range shot to get beaten on a set piece. So if we're not getting beaten from getting opened up or anything like that, it's just little mistakes that are costing us at the moment. But once we crease them out, iron them out, sorry. I think we'll be getting a run, getting momentum. And it's all doom and gloom now, but there's so many games left. I think we're only a third of the way through the season, or whatever it is. Not even in December yet, and I know it doesn't look great at the moment, but it will definitely turn around, and we've got too much quality in the dressing room, and like, the gaffer drills it into us, and the gaffer's been brilliant with us. So us as players, we have to take responsibility to be the best version of ourselves on the pitch and stick to the game plan, because the first 20 minutes was the game plan, and I think we bullied them first 20, but then we go away from it, try to play out, make a mistake, and stick to the game plan. I think we'll be all right.
Thanks for joining us, Ellis. Thank you. So there we are. That was Alex Mitchell and his thoughts immediately after the game against Huddersfield Town. And as you could tell by the interview, I think that he actually was a little disappointed that we didn't get anything out of the game. Now he was involved in it, of course, and with the chances that we had towards the end, I think that's where he was coming from, and the performance of the second half was probably where he was coming from. Because that's a good sign, isn't it? I think that he was disappointed that even down to 10 men, we didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, and I think he'll be basing it on the Hadmay miss and the Miles header. But you have to remember they did have a gilt-edged header in the first 45 and the 1v1 with Ashley Maynard-Brewer second half. So I think their manager would argue the same. But it's nice to see Alex being nice and positive. I've got to be honest with you. And actually, I thought the team had a right to be positive about the second 45 minutes, but it was just a shame we conceded and didn't get the point that maybe he thought we deserved. But yeah, players tend to be positive. You have to be. You've got to walk through, the door and face up to the music in terms of the interviews you do, and there was enough in there, I think, second 45 for him to be positive, and the mindset of, I've said this to you before, and I've said it to people listening before, the mindset of a player is completely different to the mindset of me and you sat here and fans coming to a game. It's totally and utterly different when you're in the barracks, if you were, because you feel like you're a unit together. And the outside doesn't necessarily see it like that. So what's the point in him coming out going, we were terrible, There is no point in him in coming out like that.
I doubt if that's his mentality anyway, because Alex strikes me as somebody who likes to, all you'll want in the trenches. Do you know what I mean? He's that type of centre-half, I think.
Yeah, I think he's
shown... Or player, generally.
Well, I think he's shown that a couple of times with how he's been out on the pitch. He's done a couple of things. I remember saying about the penalty he earned, or not he earned, but we earned as a team, and he celebrated it before. Yes, and you're thinking, this could backfire spectacularly, but the passion's raw. Is real, and it's quite raw. So it's nice to see. Just I'd have waited till after. but he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I've got a little bit of time for that. Absolutely. If I'm honest, I like people that are honest. I like people that you can trust. And I think he is one of those. But it's still early days in his Charlton career. But the basis of what he shows, I think if he's got somebody nice and experienced next to him, keeping him level-headed, I think he'll be.
I was going to ask you that very question. I mean, is it tough? I mean, I don't know how much you experienced of this. Probably a lot in your career is that he started alongside Jones. He started alongside Jones, who started the season well. Pretty much won everything in the air. And then obviously he's now out. No matter who you pair alongside you, it's a change. How tough is that to adjust?
Well, not every centre half you have alongside you does the same job. So I've had many partnerships across my career, so I can speak from experience about there are some that want to work with you. And they communicate and they play with you as a pair. If I tell you the best partnership I ever had results-wise was with Richard Rufus, and Richard doesn't talk, he doesn't communicate. So you have to be the communicator, you have to be the orchestrator of that back line. And there are others that would want to take charge. When I was a youngster coming into the side, you had people like Steve Gatting. I'm going right back to the early 90s, and Gats wasn't a loud talker, and he was very economical with what he said, but what he said you definitely listen to because it was generally absolutely spot on. So there's many different ways. There are some centre-halves that just look after themselves. They're at that part of their career where it's just about doing the job you need to do to stay in the team. So it really is as individual as that, but the best partnerships are ones where you want to do as well for each other. And when my early time at Charlton, it doesn't matter if it's Phil Chappell was playing, Stuart Barn was playing, Steve Gatton was playing, Steve Brown was playing, everybody was happy and wanted to help the other person in the team. So that's a nice position to
absolutely
be.
Right, we've had some mixed memories here at Burton, but we're going to take a trip back to 2018 from our promotion season, and we'll show you the highlights of that now. And it's a game that, we went behind through a Lucas Aikins penalty. And I do remember this game vividly. We were actually commentating for this, I'm certain of it. Because Carlin Grant also equalised from the penalty spot. And then Jason Pearce popped up with a goal which I'm not entirely sure came off the correct body part. I mean, the highlights no, exactly, it don't. The highlights will confirm. Well, confirm or deny, it might be difficult, depending on the camera angle. But I was convinced it came off a rather uncertain body part and not the one he meant. But as you say, it didn't matter. And the promotion season, it was almost like we couldn't do anything wrong for a lot of the time. But I mean, I've got mixed fortunes mixed memories of coming here to Burton, especially recently. But I mean, last time out wasn't delightful necessarily. But most of these players will have no memory of that. Yeah. If not all, actually, none of the players have any memory of our past seasons here, and so it's almost like a blank canvas, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, have any got the scars of last season? I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, they look. No one I don't remember this, if I'm honest with you. Because every season moulds into one. when you're in our position, you'll remember certain games, certain results. But I obviously had to watch the highlights of this to remember how this one went. I can remember last season's quite well, but yeah, this was in
We had good opportunities to take the lead before they scored from the penalty spot. Lyle Taylor, I think, had one. I think you've seen already one opportunity which fizzed past him, but the penalty a little streaky potentially, but now that we won, of course, I don't care. At the time, I think I wasn't overly impressed.
Yeah, the thing about that then is you fall behind and you've got to show a decent amount of character to come back in and win the game. But like you said, that was in a particularly productive year, and this you do get insides tell where. I was lucky enough to be in one at the back end of the 90s where even if you went 1-0 down, 2-0 down, you still felt you had enough in the team to come back and get results. I mean, that team reminds me of...
Yeah, the one thing with that, Stranger, of course, Carl Grant took the penalty, by the way, and when Lyle Taylor's in the side, that might be something that, looking back, you think, wow, how did that happen? But, of course, Carlin then left us, and so Lyle Taylor stepped up. But the infamous now Lyle Taylor penalty, where he just take the slow walk up and strike it almost in walking pace. But I remember the game. I think we had enough chances to win it comfortably before we eventually got the goal. And but as I said, I think what body part it came out of, I think it was sort of anywhere between knee and thigh.
Look, any centre half that pops up at the back post for a winner, it's a good finish. All right.
Absolutely.
It is blocked out there. If you're watching the replay, it's just ever so slightly blocked out from what part it hits PSC, but it's a decent finish. It fires into the back of net. Keeper's got no chance. And the important bit is you get the 3 points, and it is immaterial. Look, I didn't score many, and I don't care how I scored them, if I'm honest. They were so few and far between. I didn't care how they went in.
I don't think you'll find a player on the planet that wouldn't agree with that statement.
It doesn't matter.
They don't care how they go in as long as they go in, and especially when it means it's the winner. And it was, and it was, I think, 89th minute. And so they're a little bit special when they're right at the end. Doesn't matter that you might have scraped in, and I think we didn't scrape in that night. I thought we deserved to win, but.
From those highlights, absolutely.
But even if you're scraping past, you don't care. Come off your backside, it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
As long as you win, that's the be-all and end-all. Well, fans will have obviously you'd have probably seen the highlights, the team lineups already, and we'll talk about them shortly. But formation-wise, Steve, before we actually read the team out, it looks like at least we're going for a 4-3-3.
Yeah, and I would say so, and what the only thing I can give anybody looking at that team sheet is that Matty Godden can drop to the top of a diamond base with Lee Burton and Hadme ahead, but I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to see a 4-3-3. I don't know how that 3 is going to line up. We'll have to wait and see, because I just don't see how the 3 is going to line up. But we have said this about the balance of the squad, and I have highlighted it many times, that we don't have a front left or a midfield left. We don't have an attacking midfielder that can play off the striker. So whenever you change systems and go into this system, like we saw at Stevenage, you've got to kind of manufacture it. You're asking players to play out of position. But you know what? We're sort of in a rut where you've just got to go for it, and you've just got to trust the players that you're putting out on the pitch to go and get you the result. And someone has suggested that Godden will be up front down the middle, and Miles and Hadme will be targets on the fullbacks. And then others have suggested it could be Miles down the centre with Godden on the right. So we'll wait and see. But either way, you've got goal scorers on the pitch, and it's something we are still struggling with. I've told you, I've highlighted today that these are league goals only. Godden is 5 league goals, 1 assist. Luke Berry is 4 league goals, 0 assist, and the third best in terms of goal involvements is Chuck Sanike with 1 goal and 2 assists. So there's a bit of work to be done in terms of, can we add another couple of players to join those. Miles has got to be due a league goal. He played very well Saturday, in terms of how the structure of the game went. I thought he bullied a couple of their centre halves at times, which isn't easy to do. I'm hoping tonight's the night he captures a couple of league goals to add to the cup goals that he scored already, because you know, we need him scoring goals really, and he needs to catch up a little bit in that respect. But
well, let's go quickly through the lineups. We'll start with the home side. Burton Albion, they are in goal. Max Crocombe. Number 2 is Udoka Godwin Malif. 6, the captain, Ryan Sweeney. 7, Thomas Kalinauskas. 8, Charlie Webster. 9, Danilo Orsi. 12, Jack Hazelhurst. 15, Terence Van Kooten. 17, Jack Armour. 21, Alex Bannon. And 34, Ben Whitfield. Substitutes for Burton Albion are ex-addict Harry Arsted, Billy Bowden, Jack Cooper-Love, Ramon Barrell, Dylan Williams, Kieran Gilligan and Mason Bennett. Your Charlton side will line up within goal. Number 21, Ashley Maynard Brewer. 3, Macaulay Gillespie. 4, Alex Mitchell. 6, Connor Coventry. 8, Luke Berry. 9, Gasson Ahadmi. 11, Miles Leeburn. 16, Josh Edwards. 18, Karoy Anderson. 23, Romani Edmonds-Green. And 24, the captain, Matty Godden. Your subs for Charlton: Tommy Reid, Therese Campbell, Terry Taylor, Danny Hilton, Thierry Small, Alan Campbell and Josh Lacaretta-Bua. So those are your lineups. We're expecting, as Brownie said, the 4 at the back almost picks itself. Of course, Edmonds-Green on the right, Mitchell and Gillespie central 2, and Josh Edwards on the left. And in the midfield 3 of Berry, Coventry and Anderson, with the front 3 of Liebman, Ahadmi and Godden, but the possibility that Godden might play just behind the 2. And which side either one of the front 3 are going to be at, we'll find out in due course. If you're just listening to us as an audio commentary, we'll explain that as best we can when the game gets underway and the lineups become a little bit clearer. The 2 sides are both out in front of us. We're just left of the halfway line, and as the 2 sides go across, I can tell you that Burton Albion are in there. Yellow shirts, black shorts, yellow socks. Charlton in all grey. We had greys or yellow socks on Saturday. I believe that's because the opposition had black socks and we weren't allowed to wear the green ones. But that matters apparently. But that was that's what I heard. But both sides now are making their way to either end. Charlton down to the right-hand side. The end to our right-hand side is empty. The Charlton fans that have made their way up to the East Midlands are away to our right-hand side in the seated area of the main stand. We heard there's about 300.
Yeah, I think it's actually the race feels like the right moment to praise all the people that went up to Huddersfield on Saturday and have come up here tonight, because that was a horrible journey for us. We made our way up by train. It turned into a 17-hour day. Some didn't even make it home that night because of the disruptions to the train journeys. I always think the fans deserve a massive tip of the cap. I did the journey myself, and you know, to turn around and come back up here 3 or 4 days later, it really does deserve a pat on the back.
I'd have been tempted to stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right, absolutely right. Fair play to every single one. Just short of 1,000 went up to Huddersfield, and we've got 300 plus away to our right-hand side. We've made it to Burton Albion on what is a chilly Tuesday evening here in the East Midlands, and Charlton in the huddle to our right, looking to try and get back to winning ways in the league, with of course Walsall to come in the FA Cup straight afterwards on Saturday. It'll be a nice little confidence boost if we can do that. We'll set ourselves up for an FA Cup game that could see us into round 3, but let's get this one done and dusted first. We need the victory. I think we're not talking must win, as Brownie said, but I think for our sanity and for the trip home.
Trying to be as positive I can with the must-win shout, because we are 4 points off the relegation zone, but the mindset has to be to pick up 6 of the next 2. But you know what? If you lose tonight, it's November. You know, it's a bit early for that shout, I think.
Well, it's the Annex will get us underway by the looks of it. I'm just double checking, because we're staying as we are. So Charlton will defend the goal away to our right-hand side. Burton Albion kicking from left to right. They actually look like they've got the spot kick. Indeed they have. At the moment it looks like it's difficult to do from a kick-off, but Ahadmi and Lieber on either side of the centre circle, with Godden just behind, so but we'll see. And there's a shift from Burton suddenly. They've changed tack, changed plan. And over the ball now is Hazelhurst. And Worsey, who was over it, has gone out to the left-hand side. We'll wait for the referee to check both goalkeepers. So he checks his watch once more to make sure everything is okay. He will get us underway here, and it's Burton. We'll go back to the keeper, Crocombe rather, and send it down the left-hand side. Good header coming in from Edmonds Green to defend it away. This will be a throw-in to Burton Albion. 10 or 15 yards inside the Charlton half on the left. Throw-in, Webster turns. It's a good foot-in coming in there from Anderson. And it's another throw-in, but this time it's 10 or 15 yards inside the Burton half. Well, maybe 10. As, the throw goes long down the left-hand side. It was Armour with it. Taken away by Mitchell. Headed back towards the Charlton penalty area. Again, Mitchell heads it away. Leeburn will tussle, trying to bring it down onto the floor. Anderson battling in there, and then Coventry. It was a late foot up there, but referees allowed play to go on, and Burton Albion had possession back on the left-hand side. Armour sends it forward. Mitchell gets there ahead of Orsi. Send it back forward, but it's a ball straight to Webster. Little touch left to Armour. Webster tried to go back in. Armour tried to go back into Webster, but it's blocked away by Coventry. It'll be another throw to the home side on the left-hand side, and Charlton yet to get any meaningful foot on the ball, but we're only a minute and a half in. As Burton take the throw, Armour down the left-hand side. Mitchell again comes to meet it, heads it away. Go out of play just inside the Charlton half on the left. It's been fairly aerial in the opening couple of minutes. Armour once again with the throw-in on the left, thrown into the running Bannon. Anderson with a good tackle. Leeburn tussling in there as well. But ball inside to Coventry. It's a good ball out to Godden. Godden trying to send Ahadme on his way down the right. Ahadme will get there first. Heading towards the byline. There's a touch coming in there from Sweeney to put it away for the first corner of the evening, and it's Charlton's on the right-hand side.
Yeah, nice swift counter-attack from Charlton. You know, on the transition, on the turnover, which has led to the corner. I've spent the first 2 minutes trying to work out, trying to work out Burton's setup. It looks like they've gone to a back three, but I'll keep my eye on it.
It's Edwards over here on the Charlton right-hand side to swing this in. Lots of movement in the penalty area. It's right underneath the keeper, and he claims it without any danger at all. I'm pretty sure that's not where it was supposed to go. It's good work from Ahadme to stop the keeper kicking it out quickly, but he does release it, and it'll be picked up by Webster in midfield. Down the left-hand side is Armour. Ball forward, asking Kalinowskis to chase it down, and he does. And brings it back inside. It's Webster again, still on the left-hand side. Kalinowskis once more, and he's forced backwards to Sweeney. Inside of him is Van Kooten, the central of the three, and the right of the three is Malif. We'll go down the line, Malif, on the right-hand side now. He's halfway inside the Charlton half. Ball forward to Orsi. Tried to flick it on, but Mitchell read that and clears it away. It's a good header coming in from Ahadme. Good run from Anderson to pick the ball up as well. It's been challenged in midfield, but illegally by Sweeney. Charlton will have a free kick. And trying to take it quickly, and Hazelhurst has kicked the ball away. And there's a question from Berry to the referee, and all the referee's done is wag his finger at Hazelhurst, and we carry on.
Yeah, I just want to go back to that set piece. Whether it was meant to be delivered into that spot or not, is it not prudent to have somebody on the keeper? Because that was a very swift counter-attack from Burton once he made the claim.
Gillespie with the free kick out to the far side, headed clear, picked up by Berry. Back to Edmonds Green. Ball forward, looking for Godden, left side of the penalty area. Godden, lovely touch inside, takes the shot, blocked away. It won't go for the corner, and Malif will clear it away off of Edwards for a Burton throw just by the corner flag.
Yeah, superb run from Godden off the shoulder. Very well found from Edmonds Green. That's a wonderful strike diagonally from deep near the halfway line over the corner of the centre half to Matty Godden. First touch is exquisite. Good block from the Burton defender, but that's a lovely move.
Ball forward from Malif is headed back by Gillespie. It's a good turn from Berry. And it's on possession. Touch to Godden, who tried to release Ahadme, but it's just a little too much on that. And they'll run away for a goal kick.
Yeah, just going to pick up on our formation. Godden is off the front two. You've got Miles and Ahadme as a pair, and Godden is certainly inverted to make a triangle a little bit deeper than those two in behind. You've got Anderson and Berry off of that. I mean, it does look like a diamond. You know, the way it's set up with Conor Coventry at the bottom, Carroy to the right, Carroy Anderson, that is to the right, Luke Berry to the left, and Godden looks like he's playing at the top.
Goal kick sent away. Edwards gets his head to it, but it goes backwards. Gillespie tussles for it, heads it clear, but Burton head it forward. It's Webster. Good tackle from Berry. Anderson trying to come away with it. Webster clips his heels. And it's the second time Burton have kicked it away. This time it was Bannon. Referee again, quite happy to let it go. And Charlton take the free kick quickly, and it's back with Mitchell. To the left is Gillespie. Sends it forward, Gillespie, towards Ahadmi. Well, Battle gets his head there as well, towards Berry. Berry gets his head to Godden. Back inside to Coventry, just put too much on it. Snapping in there was Kalinowskis, but Charlton have it back. It was almost a nice dummy from Godden, but couldn't get there, and then he's sliding in a little bit late on Whitfield. Didn't make a huge amount of contact, but it was enough to give the free kick, and Burton had that free kick just inside the Charlton half on the right-hand side.
Yeah, bright idea. Tried to leave it, Godden. You know, there was a player out wide on the left where if he pulls that off, we're breaking down left. Decent opportunity to cross, intercepted by Ben Whitfield, and he's lucky he didn't make contact, I think, there. The lack of contact meant no booking.
Well, the free kick has gone backwards all the way to the keeper. And Crocombe, they send it left. Armour just about keeps it in. Anderson in the tackle, but it's squirted left to Webster and swung it across here to Malif. Malif inside to Van Kooten, who's going to crossfield ball, looking for the left-hand side, and Kalinowskis, and it might find him as well. Well, Edmonds Green trying to close him down. He's forcing him backwards well, Edmonds Green. But he's got the ball back to the right of Malif. Trying to thread the ball through the middle, but Edwards read that and clears it forward. And Ahadmi will be penalised here for jumping into Van Kooten. Wasn't looking at the ball, and he'll probably get a booking for this.
Yeah, he's already reached for the card, the referee. Just seeing the Matty Godden replay, and he was lucky. He is very lucky he didn't make contact on that one. This is what I said about Saturday. Reaction of players can make it far worse. I quite like the way Whitfield just bounced off the and just looked at the referee like, that's a foul, come on. And he got given it, quite rightly so. But that one there, as we've seen, referee went straight for the yellow card, had no other choice than to pull that card out. But still working out, you know, you've got Kalinowskis on that left-hand side, Whitfield on the right-hand side, and you've obviously got Danilo Orsi down the centre, but it's a back three. It's a curious system, to be honest. Sometimes
they tend to play one up top with three behind.
Yeah, it's a curious system where they're outthinking themselves at times, I think.
Well, it's free kick. It's 15 yards inside the Burton half, fairly central. It's the keeper, Crocombe, to send it forward. And it was a header back by Sweeney, and Charlton might benefit from that as Leeburn tussles, but drops to Coventry. To the right is Edmonds Green. He sends it forward, looking for Ahadmi, but across there is Armour, heads it away. Anderson wins the midfield tussle, and then Burton send it forward. Edmonds Green with a header clear. Little good touch from Ahadmi to Berry. Tried to tee up Codden, it was a bit too heavy, but Coventry rescues it for Charlton. Across to Edwards, back to Gillespie, tries to swing it right, looking for Leeburn. Good chest control from Leeburn into Anderson. Coventry in support. Out to the right-hand side is Edmonds Green. Swings the ball, he swung the ball into the penalty area, but too much on it. It's gone all the way across to this right-hand side and goes down to play for a throw-in by the corner flag.
Yeah, but initially loved the work from Leeburn. I've said if he can learn to pin centre-halves, chest balls back to supporting players, that's another asset he's going to add to his game. Long ball back from back to front from Gillespie, and he pinned his marker, let it hit his chest, back into our midfield, and the delivery's obviously not where it was intended to be. But yeah, I like that from Miles, like the fact he's backing in, bullying the player he's up against.
Initial throw from Burton goes beyond Gillespie, needed Coventry to head it away, so Burton will have another throw just inside their own half on the right-hand side. Malif with it, throws it infield. Godden can't get there, but Gillespie should clear it away for Charlton, and does, and it's up towards Ahadmi, who gets a touch on it but can't get past Sweeney. Coventry does well to get to the first ball, but he can't get to the second, and Malif has it for Burton, sends it down the line, asking Orsi to chase it. Gillespie across, wins it. Ball touched on from Godden, but he can't find Ahadmi, and it's all a bit long and scrappy at the minute. Nobody's getting a grip of the game at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's the tempo it's been played at. You know, in terms of wherever the ball drops, there are players immediately in and around the player that's in possession, and it's a little bit scrappy. But we've had one or two moments where Connor Coventry in particular has got his foot on it, played it, tried to keep possession, but then we turned that into a forward ball really quickly. Burton, I think you can understand sometimes the nervousness they have.
Well, Charlton throwing went down the line. It's ended up another Charlton throw, this time halfway inside the Burton half on the left-hand side. Edwards with it, sends it towards into the penalty area. Hadney with something on it. Not sure whether Sweeney got any touch on that, and I don't think Malief's too sure, so he's got to play this and sends it long. Mitchell will be underneath this, heads it back from where it came. It's up towards Godden. Little flick into Hadney, who's onside. Hadney, that's a good tackle from Malief, but good work from Berry to catch it up out to Godden. Godden a little bit isolated, but he goes back inside to Coventry. Across to Edmonds Green, who's closed down, but good ball out to Anderson, who does well. Nice footwork from Anderson, but he couldn't get past Armour. And 2 Burton players for company. And the second one, Armour puts it away for a Charlton throw. Edmonds Green quickly with it, looking for Leeburn. It's headed inside to Anderson, but he couldn't control it. And Webster steals in. And Armour now has possession for Burton on their left-hand side. Back inside to Webster, ball forward. Up to Horsey, short, and then a lunging tackle from Coventry, from Mitchell rather, takes out Webster. It's a quick free kick from Sweeney out to the right-hand side, but the header inside is well trapped by Coventry, and he puts it out for a Burton Albion throw.
Yeah, 11 minutes in, I think the way the tempo's gone and it's being played at, we are going to see shortly a few players drop off from that tempo, and we might see some football and a few gaps appear, but for now, like that there, we've got them shutting down. It's a tempo. Players are finding it hard to settle in possession.
And Burton have worked it back to Sweeney. Halfway inside his own half, fairly central. Swings it right to Malief. Malief tried an instant ball inside, but it's blocked by Coventry. Burton, though, still have possession. Sweeney sends it forward again. This time, Gillespie's behind it. It's a header coming in from Hazelhurst. Anderson will pick it up for Charlton, though, in the centre circle. Looked like he had his heels clipped, but referee plays on because Charlton had possession. Good ball out to Leeburn. Leeburn tries to tee up Berry in the penalty area. Berry forced wide, gets the ball back, blocked and then cleared away by Van Kooten, only as far as Coventry. Mitchell in support. To his left is Gillespie in the centre circle. Gillespie looking forward, swings it right. Edmonds Green has to track back to retrieve it. Gets the ball and Coventry's in support behind him. He in turn swings it forward. Hadmi will jump. Doesn't get there. Malief scuffs his clearance, and Sweeney had to help him out. But Charlton still have possession on the left. Edwards goes past his man. Edwards, ball into the box, straight to the keeper.
We were geared up nicely for a decent cross. We had bodies in the box lined across the back, their defensive line, 4 waiting for a decent delivery. Just rushed it, I think, Edwards. Done well initially to get that ball away from the opponent, strided out in front of him, just curled it far too close to the keeper. But it's a shame that we had bodies waiting for a decent delivery.
And Charlton won little individual battles in the build-up to that, which was good to see. Crocombe sends the goal kick away. Edwards underneath this. Berry can't get there, but the ball forward is tidied up by Coventry. It's a risky ball back to Maynard Brewer, who does well to control it and sends it clear up towards Leeburn. He's having a hunk of his shirt pulled. Gets his header on it though. And Malief tries to win the next ball. Berry wouldn't let him, puts his foot in, but it'll be a Burton Albion throw on the right-hand side. We've had 13.5 minutes, still goalless here at the Borelli Stadium. Malief with the throw. Throws it infield to Hazelhurst. He's beaten to it by Coventry, who almost picked out a Hadmi, but just picked too much on it, and Sweeney goes left to Armour. Sees Webster running ahead of him. Webster just inside the Charlton half now on the left. Goes back to Sweeney. In turn goes back to his keeper. Crocombe, edge of his penalty area. Not this long, looking right. I think Whitfield might be coming back from an offside position. So he couldn't play it. Edwards just allows the ball to go out of play, and he'll take the throw. Deep in Charlton territory on the left-hand side. He'll probably take a few yards out of that, I suspect, and does. Down the line it goes. Leeburn comes to the ball. Good ball inside to Hadmi. Little touch to Anderson, who tried to go left, but put far too much on it. Got the angle wrong as well. And it runs away for a goal kick. And a little frustration there from the rest of the players. They thought that might be a good move, progressing, but it wasn't to be. Armour for Burton on their left-hand side. Ball down the line, picked off by Edmonds Green, but it'll be a throw-in to the home side.
It was actually quite a slick move, and I think that's probably one of the elements where we think we're a little bit short, that creative midfielder with that final pass, and Croy's just overhit it a little bit there. But, you know, in terms of the way we manoeuvre the ball to him, he either waits for a shout from Edmonds Green, the right back pushing up to then play sideways, or he goes for that pass, and he just overhit it.
Coventry's won the ball back for Charlton from the Burton Albion throw, back to Edwards, who sends it forward. Sweeney with the header back to his keeper, who just about gets there. A momentary panic from Crocombe, as he thought that ball might be heading off for a corner, but rescues it and then throws it out to Malif. He's in a bit of tight spot with Berry closing him down, and Berry puts the foot in, and Charlton have possession back. Coventry ball forward, looking for Ahadmi. Good control from Gassan Ahadmi on the left-hand side. Looking for support now, Ahadmi. And then goes past his man, foot in from Van Kooten, but only as far as Coventry. Back out left to Edwards. Edwards, ball into the box, looking for Leeburn. Gets his head there, Leeburn, but can't pick out Ahadmi with it, and it collected by Crocombe on the edge of his 6-yard box. Yeah,
better from Edwards in terms of giving the players in the box a chance. Miles just lacked direction, just purely because of the physical presence of Sweeney, but he cushioned it, tried to cushion it sideways, I think, cushioned it towards the keeper.
Coventry again does well to win possession back for Charlton, who's trying to pick out Leeburn in the middle. Doesn't reach him, and Anderson looked like he might have been bundled into the back of. Referee happy to let play go on, and Burton had possession back with Webster, but he drills the ball forward straight to Maynard Brewer, much to the disgust of Whitfield on the right-hand side.
Usain Bolt wouldn't have got on the end of that one, would he?
Not with 3 rockets.
We've seen a couple, both central midfielders guilty there of just trying to play that final ball through and overhitting it.
Maynard Brewer's goal kick goes towards Leeburn. It's collected by Edmonds Green. It's a good ball forward edge to Godden. Tried to tee up Berry, but it didn't quite have the legs on it. And Burton Albion can clear it away. Whitfield up towards Orsi, but that's good defensive work from Gillespie. Spotted the danger, got across in front and cleared it away. It will be a throw-in, however, to Burton Albion, 15 yards or so inside their own half on the right-hand side. If you are just joining us, 17 minutes played here at the Pirelli. Goalless. No real goal-scoring opportunities, but plenty of busy football from either side. Charlton have had a decent amount of opportunities without actually turning them into goal-scoring ones, as Burton play it back to Crocombe in his penalty area, who sends it forward. Mitchell comes out of the centre-half position, good header. Can Berry collect it? No, he can't. Relief for Burton inside, but it's a loose one straight to Godden. Godden out to Leeburn on the right side of the penalty area. Leeburn gets back in to his left foot, then back out to his right. He's now in a bit of a cul-de-sac, Leeburn, with 2 Burton players around him, and he tries to turn and shoot from a very tight angle. It goes away for a goal kick.
Yeah, he just had an opportunity there early in that phase to get the ball out of his feet and get a shot away, and it just got stuck underneath him. But again, quite bright play once, you know, in terms of manoeuvring the ball out to Miles. He'll be disappointed he hasn't got something away there, you know, and tried to test Crombie in the Burton Albion goal. But like I said, you know, you're trying to move that ball half a yard to get a bit of space, and it got stuck, killed it.
It'll be Crocombe with the goal kick. That's probably the first real goal scoring up. It's the first shot anyway coming in, but not on target. Crocombe under no danger as his goal kick is skied left. Charlton, though, it's good reaction from Berry to win it back for Charlton. He's got Leeburn again away to the right-hand side. Leeburn, right corner of the penalty area, into the penalty now on his left foot, gets a shot away and saved by Crocombe down to his left-hand side. And it'll be away for a Charlton corner. Yeah,
Sweeney's not going to enjoy this for too long. You know, Miles seems to be peeling out off his left-hand shoulder and receiving the ball to feet, and he's backpedaling immediately. He doesn't really want this 1v1 battle. They are trying to double up nice and quickly, but when the attack's at pace like that, Miles will have Sweeney in terms of being able to manoeuvre the ball right to left, left to right, and get his shot away. That's a decent save from Cromwell low down to his left. Good, nice counter-attack. I like the way our midfield's pressing and winning the balls back today nice and early.
Corner comes in from Edwards. This one punched away by Crocombe, only as far as Coventry. Back out to Edwards. Edwards lifts the ball back into the penalty area. A little flick from Berry, but straight to Crocombe underneath his crossbar, under no pressure, claims it comfortably.
Just too much contact from the flick. You just want that flicked.
I think there'll be another concern for Sweeney is that they try to keep Leeburn on his right foot And he's cut back on his left and got a decent shot away, so they'll be a little bit worried about which side he's going now.
Yeah, that's how you should play. You know, as an attacker and as a wide player is kidology in early stages of the game. You know, you think I'm going to go right, I'll go left, and then you start adjusting your defensive position ever so slightly.
Good work from Godden to try and tee up Mahadmi, but final ball just not quite right. But it was good work initially to make sure he got possession of the ball. And Burton working it away from the keeper, and it's a bit rushed. It to be a Charlton throw on halfway.
It might start to affect Jack Armour, who is a left back by the way, but they advance him really, really quickly, which is why it looks like they're a back three. They're not. They're a back four. But Armour will advance really quickly as a left back, and I think Sweeney might be calling him back in and tucking him in a bit more.
Gillespie battling with Orsi, and Orsi adjusts to a foul. Gillespie, which I think might be a little generous.
They're doing a good job on Orsi, aren't they, at the moment?
They're taking in turns as well, with it, rather than just one player. Wherever Orsi is, there's shifting responsibility, which is same as dragging players left and right. Trying to send the ball forward, and Leeburn just adjudged to pushed Sweeney out of the way to get to that. It will be a free kick to Burton.
The old wily fox. But that's, you know, when maybe I'll talk about the flight of the ball first. Sweeney gets the line and the flight of the ball. Miles has to work around him. You get a touch as a centre half, you go down, you win the free kick. There's an example of it there. That's getting the flight first and then holding your ground. Centre forwards then have to commit a foul through you to try and get back on into a position to win the header.
Free kick from Crocombe is sent to the right-hand side. Malif gets there, but he can't do anything with it. It's be a Charlton throw just beyond halfway inside the Addicks half on the left-hand side. 21.5 minutes gone. Goalless here at the Dorelli. Edwards with the throw down the line. Mahadmi can't get there. It's headed away by Bannon. Edwards, though, picks it up and finds Godden. Godden attacking down the left-hand side, looking to take on Van Kooten. Just gets a foot in. Tries to clear it down the line. Blocked away by Godden. It'll be thrown right by the corner flag, assuming the referee allows them not to travel about 30 yards. He's pushed them back about 10, so he's only 10 yards away from the corner flag now, where the ball actually went out. Not something anybody particularly worries about nowadays, I think that's fair to say. As Malif goes down the line with a throw. Berry with the header though, forward. Mahadmi will challenge, good header inside. Anderson will pick it up with Charlton, sends Berry into the penalty area, dragged back, cleared away before it can get to Leeburn. And Whitfield was going to have to clear this away and does so. And it's come off of Edwards, and so it'll be a Burton throw.
Yeah, lovely link-up play from Anderson to Berry. Good first touch as well, gets his head up, tries to pick out Miles Leeburn in the centre, give them credit. They've really battened down in the areas where you want to manoeuvre that ball into and got their clearance, but that's a wonderful little move from Charlton.
Malif with the throw down the line. Gillespie with the header, back to Malif, who headers it forward. Coventry tussling in there with Bannon. Hazelhurst. Edmund Screen gets the ball forward, but Leeburn can't get there. Armour goes down the line. Edmund Screen again called into action. Guides it back to Maynard Brewer, who sends it away instantly under pressure. Sweeney with a free header to head it forward. Mitchell gets there. Finds Coventry. Coventry loops it over his head. Hadmi will tussle. Can't get there, but Godden will. Good ball to Leeburn. Back to Godden. Godden sends Leeburn away again, but he wasn't expecting it, Miles Leeburn. It went behind him. It's away for a goal kick.
Yeah, just miscommunication there, wasn't it? But just looking at this Burton side, they really are struggling. Ashley Maynard Brewer really hasn't had anything to do. A couple of back passes to deal with. And they obviously made multiple changes in the summer. They went for a different style. They brought in Robbo, who was obviously at AFC Wimbledon in the past. Didn't work out for them, but they're a young team. They're struggling to penetrate into Charlton's half.
Van Kooten took a huge risk to play it out, but he's got away with it, and Malif will go forward. Ball out to Whitfield, ball into the box. First one that, in anger, that Mitchell's had to deal with. He dealt with it well, and Charlton clear it away, but it's the first real opportunity Burton have had to get down the line, and they did it quite well, but good defending by Mitchell.
Yeah, 24 minutes clicks over, and that's the first real threat. Decent ball in from the right-hand side from Whitfield. Decent header from Mitchell as well, positioned himself well.
Gillespie this time gets his head to the ball. It's a good flick on from Coventry, and Hadmi finds Leeburn. Instant shot from Leeburn, but he can't get it on target.
Yeah,
he's trying to get his range, is Miles Lieburn.
Oh, he's angry with himself. He's angry because that's a decent opportunity. I think he's rushed the shot, is the truth. It comes to him. He takes a very good first touch. Sweeney's not going to engage, I think, at that point. I think he's going to hold his ground. He's not going to try and win that ball. Miles rushes the shot. And I think he could have perhaps driven at Sweeney there.
Sweeney knocks it long from the goal kick. Coventry comfortable getting it back to Maynard Brewers, under no pressure at the moment. Sends it away, looking for a Hadley. Will get his head to the ball, can't guide it to another grey shirt. And Webster goes left. It's with Armour on the left-hand side for Burton. Down the line, it's Edmund's Green, so brushes away Kalinowskis. It's to the display of the Burton fans, but the referee says nothing wrong with that. And Charlton had possession back. It's with Mitchell. Across to the centre is Gillespie. He's looking for an angle for Edwards, but it's not there, so he goes long. Edmund's Green can't get there. It's headed away. Webster will pick it up for Burton. Anderson close by, but he gets it back to Armour. Down the line, Armour, but it's a wayward one, and he'll be able to play for a Charlton throw. Halfway inside the Burton half. Edmund's Green with it. It's back to Mitchell with the throw. Mitchell brings it inside. Coventry in support. Connor Coventry lifts the ball forward up to Godden. Tried to backheel it into somebody. Actually, I'm not entirely sure who he was aiming for, but went straight through to Crocombe in the Burton penalty area.
I think it's time Matt just tried to control one or two and feed a support player, because he's tried to flick it round the corner twice now and given the ball away without really being under too much pressure.
Good work from Lieben to track Armour all the way forward and puts a foot in. It will be a throw into Burton, however. 10 yards inside the Charlton half on the left-hand side. Armour with it. Thrown infield to Webster. Back to Armour. It's good foot in from Coventry. Almost came away with the ball, but couldn't keep it in. It'll be another Burton throw. Sent him back a few yards. This throw, though, goes to Kalinowskis. Pressure from Anderson this time. Comes inside to Webster. Centre circle, goes right to Malif. Malif has got Whitfield to his right-hand side. Whitfield. Malif looking to overlap, but he then checked his run, so Whitfield has to go backwards to Malif. A touch forward to Webster, goes past Godden. Tries to get the cross in, blocked away by Berry, and Burton had their first corner of the afternoon, of the evening rather, 27 minutes in.
Yeah, they seem to have a little bit more joy down this right-hand side with Whitfield. This time, Charlie Webster, the central midfielder, gets a little 2v1 and they win themselves a corner. But it's, biggest threat of so far, I think, allowing them to load the box.
Webster with the corner from the Burton right-hand side. Sends it in. It's a deep one. Sweeney does get the header. Fortunately for Charlton, Gillespie's there, and then Godden with the next header clears it away. But Armour will probably send this back into the Charlton penalty area, and does. Anderson, the first to react, heads it away. Coming back to tidy up is Kalinowskis, who tries to send Webster on his way, but he gets it wrong, puts it straight out of play on the left-hand side for Charlton. Edwards just putting his foot on it, just taking his time, making sure Charlton players are in the right positions, and he'll go down the line with this throw. Took a huge amount of distance on it. Flick on from Ahadmi. Can't find Lieburn. Sweeney has possession for Burton Albion just outside his penalty area. Central position. Drills it forward. Anderson heads it infield and then will tidy up his own header. Goes backwards to Edwards. Sends it forward. Asking Lieburn to pursue it. Sweeney across. Gets something on it. And can't do anything else but let it go out of play. And Lieburn looking for a quick throw. Sweeney still on the floor, headed away by Armour. Will Godden try and keep it in? He does. Back to Lieburn. Lieburn infield to Anderson. Little touch right to Edmund's Green. Coventry in support, gets the ball into the box. Tidied up by Godden. Back to Anderson, takes a shot, but comfortable for Crocombe down to his left-hand side. Will save it.
Yeah, it's another attempt. It was all done at 100 miles an hour. But, you know, we take the throw in quick. We manage to manoeuvre the ball. It goes up to Godden, back to Anderson. He gets his shot away. Like I said, 100 miles an hour, but it's another attempt from us. And I think that's a feature tonight. Nathan Jones wanted this side to come out and harass and play at a tempo, and it's doing that. But can it just slow itself down? We've seen Miles take an early shot. We've seen Anderson there rush that shot. Just a little fraction more composure, maybe.
Crocombe with a huge goal kick, and it's dropped kindly for Burton Albion with Orsi back to Kalinauskas. Kalinauskas inside to Webster. Throws down, but he's beaten that. Ball inside to Bannon. Across to Malif. He's got Whitfield out to his right-hand side. Malif cuts back to his left foot, though. Infield it goes to Bannon once, to Hazelhurst. Ball across. Had to be headed away from by Edmonds Green. And still on the edge of the Charlton penalty area. Webster with the shot. It's comfortably wide, but it's the first shot in anger from Burton Albion. Comfortably wide left of Maynard Brewer's post, but a sign that we can't switch off for a second.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's always a bit of an anxiousness, you know, because of the situation we find ourselves in. But you know, we've defended. Okay, there was one little hacked clearance there that I think, again, you know, just make sure you get the right part of the boot on it, make sure the clearance is okay. But yeah, you can understand there's a little bit of apprehension because of how the games have unfolded recently.
Maynard Brewer, the goal kick, is knocked forward by Burton, and it's currently Hazelhurst on the ball up to Orsi. It's a good foot in from Coventry, and equally by Gillespie. It's a good touch from Anderson into Godden. Godden releases Anderson once more on the right side of midfield. Anderson bringing it forward onto his left foot. Ball out to Leeburn, who's gone to the left side. Cuts in on his right foot. Still Leeburn. Lovely bit of footwork. Tries to find Anderson with the out ball, but he's put too much on it. Burton will look to break with Kalinauskas. Kalinauskas goes past Mitchell, and Edmonds Green takes him down, and he'll be almost certainly booked for that. It was a case of needs must, I think, from Edmonds Green, as Kalinauskas was on a run.
Yeah, and actually don't mind. I think Edmonds Green's probably taken a booking for the team there, but just go back to our attack because it was quite promising. I thought Anderson's flick around the corner to receive possession back and break forward was brilliant in terms of how we broke in from the centre of midfield into the final third. I thought Luke Berry's run on the inside really did mess Miles up there. He needed to do the overlap on the outside to try and take a runner away to open up the gap on the inside for Miles to get the shot away. And as soon as he dragged the player inside, it blocked the channel up for Miles. He tried to square it. Really quick counter from Burton.
They have a free kick. It's halfway inside the Charlton half, left of centre. Webster's over this. Sends it into the penalty area. It's Coventry, intercepts. Ball goes right. Gets to the ball first after that, and his ball forward up towards Godden, who goes down under the same sort of pressure that Sweeney was under.
It's exactly the same.
And just takes the touch and goes down. Charlton have a free kick.
Yeah, just two senior players knowing how to get their body in the right position to draw a bit of contact, but that really does relieve pressure. It's a very important free kick for us to win. You know, they've just put a ball into our box. Coventry's cleared it, and you know, they're in that position where they've got bodies in our box. If they recycle it, there's more pressure coming, and it's an excellent way to relieve that pressure, winning little free kicks like that.
There's a line of Charlton players 10 yards outside the penalty areas. Maynard Brewer sends it forward, sends it long. Mitchell's there. Van Kooten gets something on it, and then Whitfield hacks it clear. It'll be picked up by Edmonds Green on the right-hand side. Delivers the ball back into the penalty area. Godden can't get there, but it comes out to Berry, who takes the shot, but can't get it on target. It's comfortably wide left of Crocombe's posts, and it'll be a goal kick. 32 minutes gone, 0-0 here.
Yeah, again, just a little snatchy. You know, like every opportunity we get seems to be a little bit snatchy, and you can understand why. But that's the closest thing I think you'll see to a Hail Mary in football. What we just saw there, about 8 players going up together on the edge of the box from that long ball from Maynard Brewer.
Burton looked to play it out from the penalty area. It didn't work, so they've sent it long. Webster will pick it up for Burton, just inside his own half. Switches it across to Malif on the right. He's got space to move into. Malif trying to send Whitfield away, but he's put too much on that. And, give Whitfield credit, he did well to recover the situation to the extent where Edwards had to put it out for a Burton throw. Whitfield gives the ball to Malif for him to take the throw. Bannon's coming close, Hazelhurst too. Now Hazelhurst moves away and then comes back again to receive the ball. Foot in from Coventry, sends the ball forward. Van Kooten gets there before Hadmi and is forced back to his keeper by the Charlton striker. Crocombe will now knock this long. Drills it down the left. Edwards heads it back from where it came. Bannon with another next header. Gillespie trying to get there ahead of Orsi, who shields it, and Orsi, little touch left to Webster. Kalinowskis running ahead of him. Webster finds Kalinowskis, edge of the penalty area. Forced backwards by Anderson. He's got the ball out to Armour on the left-hand side. Ball infield to Webster. Gets the shot away. This one again comfortably wide. But Burton just growing a little bit in the game.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's the first time Gillespie's missed a challenge actually, and it's led to a decent attempt from Webster. He's a bright player, Charlie Webster. You know, he just a nice first touch, opened up his body. He went for power, just pure power. And when you go for power like that, you've only got to be half a yard out, and it just sails up and into the air. But yeah, that was their best attempt. I thought they moved it well, but I don't mind that from Gillespie. He's tried to be on the front foot. He's tried to stop Danilo Orsi getting control, and he just got that one ever so slightly wrong.
Taking the possession from Maynard Brew's goal kick. Coventry goes backwards to Mitchell, will send it forward, looking for Leaburn. Leaburn a little flick, but can't find a Hadmi, and it's cleared away by Whitfield. Again, Charlton deal with that with Gillespie. Good header up, good touch up to Berry. Equally good touch to Hadmi. And Edwards behind him. Edwards cuts inside, nowhere to go, so I have to go back to Gillespie. He's going to swing this forward. It's going to go beyond Leaburn. Almost went beyond Sweeney as well. It'll be picked up by Edmonds Green in the penalty area. Goes past Armour initially, and then try to go past him again, but put too much on it. It's away for a goal kick.
Yeah, I just turn out and hold your man off and keep possession. But you know, in terms of, I think he was hoping there was going to be a bit of contact on that first ball up. He tried to get his body in the way, draw a bit of contact for the old pen. We saw it coming. Yeah, it's a very similar situation. Yeah.
Short goal kick to Sweeney, out to Armour on the left. Anderson pinning him in, and to the extent that might be a Charlton throw. No, it's gone, judged to have come last off Anderson.
I've been told this is what they tried to go to. They brought obviously Robinson up from AFC Wimbledon. I think he was at Chelsea at the time. Brought him here to try and change the style of playing. It's what's been causing them problems. They've not been kind of good enough to play out from the back like this.
Throw down the lines, headed away by Edmonds Green, but at the expense of another throw. Burton have made about 15, 20 yards on the deal. It's Armour again with it. It's about halfway inside his own half on the left-hand side. We've played coming up to 37 minutes. Still goalless here at the Pirelli. Anderson picks it up for Charlton. Inside to Edwards, who sends it long, asking Hadmi to chase it, and Van Kooten has to deal with it. Did quite well actually. Clearance finds Hazelhurst. Ball out, those going to be picked off by Edwards. Edwards coming forward on the left-hand side. Lifts the ball across to Hadmi, and Berry was running onto it, but it went behind him, and Burton can break down the right. Whitfield. Ball into the box. It's hopeful rather than picking anybody out, but Kalinowskis will chase it. Edmonds Green comfortably back to Maynard Brewer, sweeps it clear. Armour meets the clearance, but coming back from an offside position is Kalinowskis. Charlton have a free kick.
Yeah, kind of sums the game up a little bit there in terms of the two quick balls that we saw. We saw a decent ball in from Edwards across the pitch. I think a little shout, and if it had made dummies it, we've got a really good opportunity to get our shot way at the edge of the box. He doesn't. He plays it into the path of a Burton player. They break down the right-hand side, and Whitfield inexplicably crosses it to nobody. And that's where the tail of the tape. No one really has created enough, have they, in terms of gilt-edged chances to have the lead here. We have certainly had better moments for sure in this first 45.
That's a good flick on from Leaburn. From the goal kick to Godden. Godden back to Coventry. Ball into the box. I have me trying to get there. Van Kooten gets something on it. And then Malif clears it away. Couldn't drop to Anderson. And Orsi back there defending clears it away. Mitchell for Charlton. Down the line to Edmonds Green, but he can't get there. Out ball is picked off by Coventry, who's a touch to have fouled his man. He's frustrated with that. Didn't thought he got the ball. The referee says you got player first. Burton have a free kick. They take it quickly on the left-hand side. Armour inside to Webster. Forced back by Leaburn to Sweeney, and turn back to his keeper. Crocombe switches it across to Whitfield on the right-hand side. Forced backwards, and he's given the ball to Hadmi. Hadmi turns. Ball infield to Anderson. Anderson with Webster closing him down and muscles him out. Webster. Anderson trying to track him back, but Webster comes away with the football. Out to the left-hand side is Kalinowskis. Kalinowskis up against Edmonds Green. Gillespie's gone over there as well. Ball infield's cut out by Edmonds Green. Burton have a throw, quickly taken, back to Webster. Webster thought about swinging it in, changes his mind, goes back out to Kalinauskas. Webster again. Again, balks and gives it to Armour on the left-hand side. He does try to cross it, blocked by Edmonds Green. It's another Burton throw, 10 yards away from the corner flag on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and it's again a wasted opportunity because the ball into Anderson, if it's on his right side, he can let it run across him and take it on his right foot. We're still front-footed and forward.
Ball into the box from Burton, headed away well by Edwards, but it'll be picked up by Bannon. It's gone backwards to Van Kooten in the centre circle. To his left is Sweeney. Leeburn trying to put him under pressure. Sweeney bringing it forward. Goes left, but he goes far too left. Armour can't get there. Charlton throw.
Yeah, just explaining that because the ball is behind Anderson, he takes his touch away from goal, and Webster did really well to steal it off him. But if the ball's nice and accurate and punched in across his body to that right foot, he actually has got multiple options in front of him.
Leeburn flicks the throw on. Cleared away by Burton, but Mitchell meets it and tries to send Hadmi down the right-hand side. And Kooten comes across, but he can't keep it in. It'll be a Charlton throw. On the right-hand side, Anderson just leaning over and clutching the back of his calves, I think, there. Doesn't look entirely happy at the minute, Corey Anderson. Hopefully there's nothing serious about that, because Charlton have a throw. It's almost parallel to the edge of the penalty area. Edwards has gone across to take this. A long throw into the box, and here it comes. Hadmi gets something on it. Leeburn dropping ball. Oh, and it's touch past. Oh, not according to the referee. Looked like the keeper got the touch pass around the post, but the referee's given a goal kick. Well, maybe from this angle it's a difficult one to test, but he had a better angle than us. So.
Well, we won't get a replay for another minute.
No, that's
half,
true. That's a good point.
So it did look like a touch from the angle we've got, but it's a good flick on. Miles has positioned himself really, really well. He gets a little touch, and you think that's enough just to nestle past Crombie into his right-hand side and low into that goal, but it clearly obviously didn't. There wasn't too many appeals from the Charlton players, but that's a good opportunity, one of our better ones.
Goal kick comes away, Edwards wins the header, and Godden with the next one. Anderson gets something on it as he drops. Coventry does well to tidy it up for Charlton. Back to Mitchell, trying to reverse it the other way. It might run kindly for Charlton and Leeburn. It does. Leeburn thought about a shot initially, but then Sweeney, while he was thinking about it, Sweeney managed to take it off his toes. Webster has possession back for Burton Albion down the line. Bannon left to Kalinauskas, who gets past Coventry and cuts inside and then back out left to Bannon. Ball into the box, dealt with by Gillespie. Up towards Hadmi, but he can't get there ahead of Sweeney. Just looking at that again. Yeah, I don't think the keeper did touch it, looking at the replay.
Yeah, very difficult to see from our angle, but Miles gets himself in a nice position, hooks it across the goal, and that's the right thing to do, into the far corner. And you just think he's done enough to get it to nestle in there. It's one bounce and wide.
Godden sends the ball forward. Leeburn thought he was upended. Referee disagrees, so Burton have possession back. And Crocombe sends the ball long and forward. Gillespie with a header away. Coventry will have to get there. Up against him was Hazelhurst, who got something on it, but as a result, Burton have it back. Malif on the right-hand side. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. Just took a heavy touch, Malif. The ball went out of play. It'll be a Charlton throw. For 43 minutes. I don't think there'd be too much added time. There hasn't been any stoppages of any note, I don't think. It might be one of those rare occasions where there's no stoppage time at all. We shall see. Edwards with the throw down the line on the left-hand side. Hadmi can't get there. Malif gets there first. Edwards sends the ball forward. Sweeney will clear it away. Only as far as Anderson. Good header up to Hadmi. Finds Godden in the central position. Nothing to his right. So back to Edmonds Green. In turn goes back to Mitchell. Sends it forward. There'll be Charlton players offside, but they don't go for it. Hadmi does. Tries to bring it down. It'll go to Godden on the left, but couldn't get there quick enough to allow it to drop the way he wanted, and he skies his shot over the... Well, not over the bar, it was comfortably wide as well. Yeah,
he's got underneath it. The ball didn't drop quick enough for him, and he decided to just go for the volley because the pressure was coming thick and fast. But that's 3 or 4 occasions in this first half where we've pushed the ball into either Godden, Miles Leeburn, Corey Anderson, and they want to turn out and play right. And there's a whacking great gap down that right-hand side, and it's happened a couple of times down the left side. But this system the full-backs have to offer the width, and if they don't leave their position quick enough, we've seen 3 or 4 times in this first half where players turn out, there is no option. It's very, very congested centrally, and I just wonder if the full-backs can see that build-up happening a little bit quicker and take a little bit of a risk and go a little bit earlier to offer that width.
Goal kick sent away, Edmonds Green, good header up to Leeburn. Little back flick into Edmonds Green, who kept his run going. Edmonds Green, ball into the box, looking for a Hadmi. Oh, it's just gone behind him. Gasson Hadmi will pursue it out there. He's got Edwards in support. Edwards, little touch, ball into the box, deep one. Leeburn will jump, it's just too big for him, no, too long. Burton clear it away, and Kalinowskis will touch it past Edmonds Green. Go on a run, but Edmonds Green does well to make the ground back up. Attempted ball across is picked off by Edwards. Coventry will tidy up back to Mitchell, and there was no added time. We have half time here at the Pirelli Stadium. It's goalless. It's been plenty of skirmishes, plenty of balls backwards and forwards. It's been a fairly scrappy affair. Neither team really getting hold of the game, getting a grip of the game, I think it's fair to say. Charlton have had good opportunities. Leeburn has had a couple of shots, one in particular which Crocombe had to turn left behind his post. Probably the only shot on target of note. Anderson maybe have got one on target, but it was nowhere near strong enough to beat the Burton keeper. Burton themselves have probably had one half chance with Webster's shot going comfortably wide. But other than that, there's not a lot to speak of in terms of goalmouth action. Charlton probably just about have the edge, but that's about it in a goalless draw so far. The thoughts of Stevie Brown?
Yeah, I think we've been the aggressor for sure. I think we've been on the front foot. We've played at a high tempo. We've got into the final third on multiple occasions, far more than Burton have. They've not really offered too much of a threat, only on a handful of occasions. So in that respect, you know, we're happier sitting here looking at the amount of times that we've entered the final third. The issue is we've not tested Crombie enough. He's made 1 or 2 saves low down to his left, and we've had the Miles little hook on, but we have been the aggressor. But, you know, notoriously, the statistics tell us we're not particularly good at scoring in the first 45 minutes, but we've not conceded. And it's the most comfortable I think I've seen us defensively in a game for quite a while. I'm really, you know, in terms of how we've defended the first ball up, really, really good. Balls into our box, defended really, really well. It was just that one Charlie Webster shot that you think it just opened up enough for him to have a bit of quality to test Maynard Brewer, but he's had nothing to do. Like literally nothing, and I'm tempting fate a little bit. That is the quietest any opposition's been against us, I think, in certainly in recent times. But I don't think we've had enough quality in the final third. It's being played at 100 miles an hour, and we're acting like that when we get in the final third. And I just think we need to just compose ourselves ever so slightly when we get in those final moments.
Well, we'll come back with the highlights very shortly, but to give us time to crank those up and get them together and put them in a logical order. Just to drag your mind back, we had the new fans have obviously seen at the Valley the new tussle pitch that's in our popular fan zone on match days. And last month, our partners from the Mount Pleasant Academy got to play on the new pitch. Let's see how they got on.
1v1, winner stays on. Who's going to be the champ?
Well, welcome back to the Pirelli Stadium. It's goalless here if you are just joining us. Where have you been if you are just joining us? The second half will obviously give you all the action. One of the difficulties with being in commentary positions is sometimes you have to get out of the way for people to get past, and tonight is no different. So forgive me as I'm talking, as I make way for the good and the brilliant alongside me. The BBC it is basically need to get past, so I'm going to allow them to do exactly that. So if I do get cut off, then you'll know. But in the meantime, I'll just keep on waffling as yeah, I'm live. Yeah, don't worry about it. Nick Goodwin from the BBC is just taking his time. Honestly, it's his age, you know. Cheers, Nick. Brownie's just gone for a deserved cup of coffee, and he'll be back with us shortly. We will play the highlights as soon as they come through to us. And what I might do is might keep quiet as soon as I know they're playing, and then we'll discuss them when Brownie comes back with the goodies. And I believe they're rolling in now, so I shall be quiet and let you watch the highlights. So those were the highlights, and I mean there wasn't a huge amount to discuss, if we're honest. I mean, if you're Nathan Jones in the dressing room at half time, are you reasonably pleased? You were mentioned about not being troubled defensively. Are you happy? Are you? What's the mood?
Well, you haven't conceded, so you're not coming from a position of negativity. You're coming from a position that we have been on the front foot. We have made multiple advances into the final third. I do think there is an importance to the winger, to the fullbacks in terms of, if you want to maintain pressure, when you play balls sideways and square into those midfield players, they're looking forward at Liban, they're looking forward at Hadmi. Godden's breaking from that slightly deeper position alongside those two. And at times we've looked to go wide, we haven't had that option. If it does go wide, you've suddenly got a box loaded with a Hadmi, Liban, Godden, Berry breaking from midfield, but we haven't really had the fullbacks into positions enough from sort of like 25 yards out. So that's an option that you may want them to give the team in the second 45. And quite honestly, when you're in that dressing room, when you've walked down the tunnel, you kind of encourage them just to, because you're just praying for that goal. You're praying for that one moment. If you keep creating moments, you're hoping someone has that little bit of quality There's a little bit of luck. There's one decent ball. Someone wriggles free.
A Jason Pearce moment is what you're talking about.
Do you know what? Sometimes it is as basic as that. You know, in games like this where there's not a massive amount of quality and it's being played at a ridiculous tempo because, you know, the last thing you can afford is not to play at a tempo because of how the results have gone, and you don't want that level of criticism aired at you. That bit's right. They are playing as a unit. They are playing aggressively. Our back line's taking care of their front line the majority of the time. But we just lack that little bit of quality in the right moments.
Is it crying out potentially for, not crying out, that's probably too strong a word, but is it an opportunity, let's say, for someone like Therese Campbell, who can go at players, and if they are retiring a bit, getting towards the end of the game or middle of the second half, for him to come on and have a real go at them on the floor?
Yeah, look. I think in terms of is it a night for Hilton to come off and get us a little late winner? You know, he needs to come to the party at some point and pop on. We've seen Luke Berry come. Let's say Barnsley, he comes on, he scores 2. You know, we might have to win this game. It might come from somebody off the bench. I'm hoping we don't have to rely on that. But I think Tyrese does offer you something different in terms of when he's got the ball at his feet. He probably is our best player at attacking somebody 1v1, right? And maybe he does come off and offer us a bit of a force of nature in terms of receiving balls and driving at players. It's certainly there for somebody to be not the hero. It's not a hero's night, but certainly the difference it will make, and you'll see the relief on the pitch when someone puts that ball in the back of the net and we take the lead, and it just might relax everybody down in that final third once we do that. But it might have to be Hilton, it might have to be Campbell.
Oh wait, I know. Nick Goodwin's come back and we're going to make him climb over the chair.
No, he can't do that. I've seen Nick climb before. It's chaos. The wires will be out. We'll lose connection.
Health and safety would be all over it.
Yeah, he's very clumsy, is our Nicholas Godwin.
So we're just making way. The delights of live broadcasting. As Nick Goodwin does superbly well to negotiate that, and he's back in position. We've got to do that once more when Sam Parkin comes back, by the way.
Yeah. We'll get out of the way when he'll just push us out.
Right, that's true. Yeah, he's bigger than me. Yeah, good point. Yeah. So, if you know, Judge, you don't make any changes at half time, do you? The same side comes back out.
Absolutely not. No. I mean, you know, in terms of his setup, he caught us out a little bit with a setup. He did go with Gordon at the top of a diamond, but I think it's clear to see there is a lack of width in that. But we've been aggressive. That midfield has shut their midfield down. It's got on top of them. It's won balls back in good areas. But the amount of times, I think if you're looking at that game and you were to go over it, if I was to watch that tonight on the way home, I'd be looking at how many times we gave the ball away after we won it back in great positions. That's the bit that needs tidying up. The amount of times I think Carroy's nicked it and Luke Berry's nicked it and Edwards has jumped in front of the man he's marking, and then we've not had 3 or 4 passes and had a good outcome. We've turned it back over quickly, or we've not made the most of those situations, and that's trust from a manager. You can only point that out and say, trust yourselves. Just maybe, I really wish they'd calm themselves down a bit on those turnovers in transition, because it's like we've got to have 2 quick passes and get a shot away. You haven't. You know, a bit more quality, a bit more movement in front of the ball, and we should be okay. You need to get.
So now Sam Parkin's come back, but he's quite sensibly delivering the liquids before he even attempts to come back into position. So I will just slightly get out of his way, so he can do exactly that. Happy to say that he can't possibly throw coffee all over us on the way in, which is a bonus. And there we are. Well, we're almost there. There we go. So we're done. So we're back in position and waiting for the sides to come out, and hoping that Charlton can just create an opportunity.
I think we'll have opportunities, Tel.
Oh, hold on. You'll have to readjust, because I've had to move things out of the way to allow for the what's the word, for the traffic, for the human traffic coming past me.
Someone's crushed my tuna sandwich with the right boot. That's gone. Yeah, that's gone. But it is as it is.
Oh goodness me!
I
didn't even see your tuna sandwich.
That'd be crunchy in this weather now. It's gone a little bit Arctic, hasn't it? But yeah, no.
The weather is certainly, or the temperature has certainly descended from when we started. Yes, I just had someone saying I might get done for the trade description calling those highlights, but there we are. Charlton side are coming out for the second half, going through their sprints just in front of us here. And, doesn't look like there are any changes, so it's as we were. Burton Albion are also coming out. Just looking across to say if there are any changes from the home side, and it doesn't look like it. So both sides, as they were in the first half.
Come on, you Brewers!
Resume as we were.
Tried to add a little bit of enthusiasm there, didn't he?
Well,
the old announcer?
he's done a good job there.
Yeah. Look, like I said, we in terms of asking a team to play at a tempo and deny the opposition time and space, that's in place. We need more quality in the final, so that's just natural for everybody to see.
Well, it'll be Charlton who will get us underway for this second half. Kawhi Anderson currently over the ball, and quite a number of players disappearing away from us. So I don't think this ball's coming to the right-hand side at all, if I'm brutally honest. If
this was a spot the ball, you'd go above the right back, wouldn't you?
Almost certainly. Yeah. So fans will come back into their position in front of us, so our view might be obstructed quite considerably over the next few minutes as people wind their way back. And, but Charlton do indeed go down the left looking for a head. He's tussling with Malif there, and Malif just protects the ball ahead of Hedmi so he can't get to it and allow the ball to go out for a goal kick.
Forgot the mince pies at half time.
Oh, I'm not happy about that. I told you the best you can do with a mince pie is throw it straight in the bin.
I can't believe that.
Now I'm going to get all sorts of abuse now on the fact that I don't like mince pies. As Crocombe sends the ball forward up towards Whitfield. Edwards gets something on it, but the ball goes back to Malif. He tries to go down the line again. Edwards in the way. This time up to a Hadmi. Lovely chest control into Leeburn. Leeburn leaves it for Anderson. Anderson's got Edmonds Green to his right. A little bit isolated after the ball went to him, and forces Charlton backwards, and Coventry has to go back to Maynard Brewer. Everybody ran ahead of Edmonds Green and nobody ran towards him. Maynard Brewer, ball forward, headed away. Ran as far as Gillespie. Skied his attempted ball forward. It will run out of play on the Charlton left for a Burton throw.
Yeah, it needed to just be a little cushion to his left to Edwards, who had a bit of time and space. But yeah, it's interesting. As soon as we picked up that ball centrally, Edmonds Green was at full pelt from right back into that 30 or 40 yard gap in front of him. The ball was just slightly behind him. He had to check up, and that was that done. But at least he made the attempt to get there, which is what we were saying in that first half. When players turn out from that central area, got to have an option.
Malif goes down the line with the throw, but Gillespie wins it, goes forward. Burton headed away for a Charlton throw. Charlton ball forward, throw forward is cleared away. It'll be another Charlton throw, this time parallel to the edge of the corner of the Burton penalty area on the left-hand side. And, Edwards is going to launch this into the Burton Albion box. Then it comes. Plenty of height on that. Backwards from Bannon, and it's a flick from Godden. Leeburn trying to get on the end of it. It took Godden by surprise, that backheader from Bannon. It almost worked in Charlton's favour, but not quite. As Burton trying to progress down the left-hand side, but it's an aimless ball forward. And Charlton will have a throw deep inside our own half on the right-hand side.
But good to see him on the move. You've got to take a risk. You've got to take a gamble. You've got to try and assess where that ball's going to drop if it gets flicked on, or if the people in front of you miss it. So good to see him on the move. But again, it come at him at a pace. Couldn't control his attempt.
Throw down the line, headed away by Sweeney. Edmonds Green sends it forward, and it's a foot race from Hadmi with Malif, and Malif just gets there first. Hadmi buzzing round him, forcing him backwards to his keeper, who sends it forward aerially. Mitchell underneath this, comfortable header forward. Leeburn will try and get there, but it's too far ahead of him. A drop for Anderson though, he cuts inside. Strong challenge coming in there from Hazelhurst, wins it back for Burton. Out to Webster, back to Sweeney. Sweeney looking for options. Just in front of him is Bannon, who goes back to his keeper. Leeburn looks to close him down. Crocombe goes long. Edwards with the header away. Berry can't get there. It'll be a throw into Burton on the right-hand side, and the second half has pretty much started the way the first half was. Plenty of tussles and balls forward, but no real attacking threat in the penalty area as such. As Hazelhurst knocks it long, Mitchell underneath that heads it away. Hazelhurst hunting it down again under pressure from Coventry. A foot in there from Bannon, concedes a throw in from for Charlton. Halfway inside the Charlton half on the left-hand side. Edwards will certainly throw this down the line long.
Just thinking about Anderson stepping inside when he ran into traffic, he had an option to take control on the back foot and turn away and look out wide, but I think that's a consequence of there not being options for him previously where he's turned away from possession to look wide. So he went inside and it was just so congested he lost possession immediately.
Burton coming forward. There's a touch forward to Worsey. Goes right to Bannon. Bannon, long ball into the box. Edwards is going to have to deal with this with Webster behind him. He does, but it'll be picked up by Kalinauskas. Webster behind him. Webster, left corner of the penalty area. Inside to Kalinauskas again. Out to Armour this time on the left. Armour forced backwards to Kalinauskas again, trying to take on Anderson. Ball forward to Webster. Foot in from Godden, but Webster still has it. Coming forward, slips over on the edge of the area, takes out Kalinauskas, and Anderson can clear, but only as far as Bannon. Ball out to Armour. Into the box it comes. Good reaction from Mitchell to get there first, up to Ahadmi. Just back to Godden, who sends it long, looking for Leeburn to run onto it. Headed away by Sweeney. Ahadmi gets there. Header to Berry, out to Leeburn, right side. Leeburn, ball into the box, a deep one. Can Ahadmi get there, get it backwards? Well, he gets something on it, but Van Kooten the first to react. And clears the ball away for Burton up towards Orsi. First to react, though, is Gillespie, who gets the challenging, gets the aerial ball out of the stadium. It'll be a throw into Burton Albion. That was a bit helter-skelter.
It's not very pretty at the moment, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. These are two sides that are, not in particularly brilliant form. One's bottom of the league and one's not 1 in 5.
Sorry, something just made me smile. Webster just came hurtling towards the touchline, having taken off an undergarment from his second shirt, if you like, threw it towards the touchline, and actually threw it towards Nathan Jones. Didn't quite make the touchline. Nathan Jones was just to go to pick it up, and then he stopped and looked at the fourth official and went, "I'm not sure I was supposed to do this," just in case he got sent off again.
You can't risk that, can he?
But now we make about 30 yards on that throw. They'll have another throw halfway inside the Charlton half. It's Malif with it. Inside to Hazelhurst, turns away from Coventry, goes backwards to Sweeney, and in turn goes backwards to his keeper. He's got 10 yards outside of his penalty area. Drills this down the middle, and Edwards slips over and it's allowed Whitfield to scamper across to the right. Can he keep it in? No, he can't, and Charlton get away with well, it's not a mistake, to be fair. A mishap, I think, is probably fairer. As Edwards inadvertently slipped over as the ball's drilled forward. I think quite what Crocombe was expecting anybody to do, get on the end of that, I'm not sure. Charlton have the throw. Edwards with it. Ahadmi gets something on it. Pursue it again. Gasson Ahadmi gets there. Lifts it up towards Berry, but Malif clears it. Ahadmi again. Bit of head tennis going on in the centre. And Ahadmi comes away with the ball, but the tackle's in. Gillespie reads that and gets it forward. Anderson tries to pick it up in midfield, gets something on it after missing the initial touch. And it's out here to Edmonds Green, who lifts it forward, but there's nobody there. Comfortable for Crocombe to come out of a 6-yard box to claim it. Rolls it out to Armour. Takes a touch. Might have gone out of play, but not according to the official. It looked like it might have come out and come back in again, and that's what Nathan Jones is saying to the linesman, but not having any of it. And it's skied out of play by Mitchell for a Burton Albion throw. Catalogue of
yeah, I mean, look, we've got to wait for this to settle down. It's just not a nice watch at the moment.
Coventry does well to win it back for Charlton. Berry, nothing ahead of him, so he goes backwards to Maynard Brewer, slings it forward. Leeburn tussling up there, gets something on it. Sweeney behind him, and he's managed to guide it to Berry. Leeburn, it's a feat in itself. Edwards now sends it forward. Ahadmi chasing it. Sweeney back there, heads it away. Berry gets the header in, and Good work from Anderson to win it back for Charlton. Now it's on the right-hand side. Can Charlton keep hold of possession for just a little bit? It's knocked long forward by Mitchell. Hadley can't get there. Runs through to the keeper.
Sir, I'd love to know the turnover count. Yeah, in this first 8.5 minutes.
You'd have taken your socks off and you'd be on your toes by now.
Yeah.
There's Burton up their way down the right-hand side. Malif comes forward, ball forward, looking for Whitfield. Sure, Edwards needed to clear that away. He probably could have allowed that to go out to play for a goal kick, but didn't take the risk. Clears it away for a throw-in to Burton Albion, about 10 yards away from the corner flag on the right-hand side. Malif just waiting for one of his players to make the move. Whitfield goes one way, Hazelhurst goes the other, throws it into Orsi. Foot in from Gillespie, it's a good one. Godden does well to ride the challenge and comes away with the football. Still Godden up to halfway. Ball forward and he's looking for Lieburn. It took a deflection and Van Cooten's going to have to deal with this. He's taken a touch, so he's got to go back to the keeper. Does so. Keeper knocks it long. It's going to be comfortable for Mitchell in the centre circle. Out to the right is Coventry. Bringing it forward now, Connor Coventry's got Anderson in front of him, but instead drills it across towards Lieburn, who's gone down under pressure from Malif, looking quizzically at the referee, who completely ignores him. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, I do think there was a sense of there wasn't enough contact there for the referee to even entertain that. But yeah, I'm looking at maybe how can we affect this? How can we change it? Luke Berry's involvement, he is a goal scorer, so you leave him on because you think there might be an opportunity that, you know, he breaks into the box at one point and gets you that all-important goal, but he's not really getting into this game. He's not breaking into the box.
Well, he's in possession now and he gets the ball into the box, looking for a headman that's just ahead of him. That was close. It was a mistake from Burton Albion to concede the throw, and Berry was on it quickly. Give him credit. Quick throw-in to Edwards, gets it back, ball into the box, just too far ahead of Admi.
He can't do any more than that in terms of, you know, I'm just saying what's his involvement, and he pulls the ball out on his left-hand side and delivers one of the best crosses you'll see. No one will beat that delivery this evening. And again, we talk about players anticipating, not being rooted, not flat-footed. And Hadme sadly was just stuck, you know, with his boots into the ground, didn't anticipate, and therefore that brilliant cross was not.
Burton Albion breaks down the right-hand side, ball out from Webster, picks out Whitfield, across to Kalinowskis, turns away, and it gets a shot in. Lovely save from Maynard Brewer. The first time he's been really called into action. And he saves the shot from Kalinowskis, who then handles the attempted clearance by Mitchell. First real shot that Maynard Brewer's had to deal with, and he deals with it well.
Yeah, I think Kalinowskis has been the one live wire in possession, and he's the one player I wouldn't want to have possession of the ball in and around our 18-year-old box. He can shift from left to right nice and quickly. He's good with both feet. He gets half a yard there, and that's a very accurate, powerful shot. Low down to Ashley Maynard Brewer's right-hand side. That's a good, strong arm to keep that out. It's the best save of the night. It's the best chance of the night. I want to go back to that cross, though. You know, you won't get many better balls into the box than that, and you have to anticipate. You have to be.
Just breaking clear because Orsi has tried to tee up Kalinowskis again. There's a late foot in from Kalinowskis on Gillespie. Charlton nearly undone from the through ball there.
Yeah, movement on our bench because I know it's only been a minute or two, but the game's starting to slip away from us. I think we have got players that are starting to tire now. Gaps are starting to appear. Burton are starting to get a little bit of a foothold on this game. And this game for us has been about high tempo and pressurising. And that's slowly starting to disappear because I think we've got players now who are going to tail off. So we've got a little bit of movement on the bench.
Ball forward, good header from Lieberman, but he can't find Godden. Clearance straight to Edwards. He does find Godden on the left-hand side. Godden at corner of the penalty area, back onto his right foot. Ball into the box. Hadme with the flick, tipped over the bar. Whether it was going underneath or not is a debatable one, but Crocombe couldn't take the risk, and it's away for a corner. Yeah,
you've got to deal with it as a goalkeeper, but Matty Godden desperately trying to open up on that right-hand side. He's driving down on the left to try and cut back on the right to get his shot away. Defender's not allowing that, but he is allowing him to deliver a ball into the box. He's drifted with a little chip. Hadme adjusts his run, but he's coming away from goal, so he can't get the power. But I think he was looping just over the bar, but like you say, Crombie had to deal with it. Corner ball.
As Terry Taylor gets stripped off, Edwards will take this corner. chipped across. Headed away by Sweeney. Coventry will react there, lifts it back into the penalty area. Hadme with a header straight to the keeper. And Burton looking for an offside. Nothing from the sidelines. Would have counted if he'd have got a good enough contact on it, but he didn't. And Charlton, though, have possession back with Berry. Berry lifts the ball back across. Hadme again the target, and again just too long for him, but he does well to pursue it out there. And then Sweeney does exactly what he did when Liban was up against him. Felt the contact, goes down, free kick.
Yeah, I would
just a double change actually, because Therese Campbell is also stripped off and ready to come on.
Yeah, I think that's much needed. I think we need a little bit of pace, a little bit of, someone who's got the ability to dribble distances with the ball. And I think that's another massive chance for Gassana Hadme. And Berry's in close proximity and he's desperate for that ball to drop down so he can get a volley away, but Hadme just heads it. He's not aware really of where Luke Berry is, so he takes the header and it's not very powerful and it just drifts into the keeper's arms. But that is a huge opportunity for Gassana Hadme, and he just Hadme, and he's not taken.
So Hadme's last opportunity as well, because he's just made way for Therese Campbell, and also coming off is Karoy Anderson, Terry Taylor coming on. Double change for Charlton. Burton Albion prepared to take this free kick. Campbell on the right hand side. That's where the ball has gone. Edmund Green with the header. Armour sends it back forward, but picked up by Gillespie, who sends it forward and high. Sweeney with the header away. Coventry chest control, and Liban thought Berry was going for it. Berry thought Liban was going for it. Burton clear it away. Mitchell heads it up to Therese Campbell. Back to Edmund Green, sends it forward. Sweeney with the header away, but straight to Therese Campbell. Trying to get possession. It would have been fouled, nothing given. Burton come away with it, send the ball forward, and it's a foot race here, and then there's a late tackle from Coventry on Kalinauskas. And Burton will have a free kick 10 yards inside their own half on the left-hand side. Quickly taken into Van Kooten. Central position in his own half. He's left to Sweeney. Godden looking to close him down, goes long and forward. Edmund Green with the header. Godden picks it up for Charlton. Good ball inside to Coventry. Coventry looking for an out ball. It's a lovely chest control from Berry into Godden. Out to Edwards on the left-hand side. Ball into the box, cleared away by Van Kooten. And it might go away for a throw-in by the corner flag, and does. Edwards thought about a quick one to Taylor, but it was closed off by Whitfield, so I think Edwards will go long instead with the throw. It's about 5 yards, not even that away from, although Edwards has come away from where it went out to maybe give himself a better angle. So throwing it in from about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Taylor now offers himself, and it's thrown to Terry Taylor on the left-hand side. Back to Edwards. Edwards looking to go past his man and get the cross in. Does so. Cross in is taking a deflection. It'll be a Charlton corner.
Yeah. And Edwards, as soon as we've made these changes where Campbell comes out on the right-hand side, Matty Godden goes up alongside Miles Liban. Luke Berry's the interesting one. Because he's sort of occupying that left midfield spot, but he's not going to play left midfield. He's going to drift inside. So we're going to be a little bit lopsided. We're going to have a lot of width on the right-hand side, and Edwards is going to have to offer us the width as a left-back. And already he's advancing down that left-hand side as soon as we win possession.
It's a corner from the Charlton left. Swung in. Low one. Berry looking for it. Cleared away. Coventry will get there. Drills it forward. Blocked away by Sweeney. Maynard Brewer will come out of his penalty area halfway inside the Charlton half to knock this back towards the Burton penalty area, and does. As everybody stays forward. Liban looking for it. Gets something on it. Little header coming in there from Gillespie, and Mitchell headed away by Malif. Coventry. Little header down. Liban trying to get there. Lovely footwork from Liban. Touches it out to Therese Campbell on the right-hand side. Ball in field. Going to be picked off by Webster, though. Sends it away, but there's no Burton player up here. Only Edmonds Green on the halfway line. Again, we'll wait. Now knock it in towards the penalty area. Liban tussling. The head away by Van Kooten. He's all over Mitchell, but referee allows it as Edwards gets the ball into the box. Cleared away. Not convincingly, and Malif will try and do likewise, and he's just gone to ground again. He looked immediately to go to ground when anybody come close to him, and the referee obliges with the free kick.
I don't know what Miles can do. The defender, it's Malif, isn't it? Just leaning in. Well, I can't physically get out the way, So I think if there's a lean in from the defender, I think the referee could have let that go. But yeah, just looking at, in terms of I like the fact we've got Campbell in a wide area, and Jack Armour, the left back for Burton, hasn't been put under any pressure tonight at all. I'd like to see Campbell test him defensively. What have you got 1v1?
That'd be Crocombe with the free kick. Drills it forward and high. First to react is Gillespie, but there's an offside flag up there.
Yeah, we've actually gone into a 4-1-3-2, if you like. Taylor's sitting deep. Coventry's pushed on. He has definitely advanced from that sitting central midfielder role. So you've got Campbell offering the width on the right, and then you've got Coventry and Berry in that midfield, and Edwards is pushing up as high as he can as a left back as soon as we win possession.
Maynard Brewer's free kick will pick up Therese Campbell on the right hand side. He's got 3 Burton players around him. Coventry in support, and Coventry takes over. Ball into the box, headed away by Malif, only as far as Edwards drills the shot. Takes a huge deflection off of Whitfield. Did it go out of play? All Charlton players have got their arms up in the air. And the linesman was nowhere near it and didn't give anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure he could see. But I will say this, Crombie gathered that like it was comfortably in play. You know, he didn't rush across there to make the claim. He took it and carried on like it was very, very comfortable and in play.
Mitchell heads away the resultant goal kick, but it drops one away. Kalinowskis back to Armour. Armour goes past Coventry, ball into the edge of the box. Orsi back flick into Hazelhurst. It's out near to Armour once more. Webster behind him into Hazelhurst once more. This goes backwards to Van Kooten. Much to the distress of the supporters around us. Out to Malif. Malif further right to Whitfield. Forced backwards to Van Kooten again. His ball forward picked off by Gillespie. Edwards with a header inside. Van Kooten tussling. And then Coventry trying to go left. I think he was looking for Godden, but got the angle all wrong. It goes out of play for a throw-in on the far side. Whitfield with it. We've had coming up to 66 minutes of this game. Still goalless here at the Pirelli Stadium. Burton Albion probably with the best chance of the second half. Kalinowski's shot.
Hadmay's chance was a big chance.
Hadmay's chance, yeah.
It's a big chance.
Didn't really test the keeper, whereas Kalinowski's one did.
He should have done though.
But he should have done. Yes,
6 yards out, soft, really soft header.
Coventry sends it forward. Van Kooten underneath this. Coventry will tussle again. This time it's picked up by Godden. Sends Campbell away on the right-hand side. Now Campbell with a bit of space to move into. Therese Campbell. Edge of the corner of the penalty area. Goes past one. Back to his left foot. In support is Edmonds Greens. Swings it into the penalty area. Liebman with a header against the post. And Charlton come close to opening the scoring. The width of the post stopped us.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Armour isn't going to enjoy that battle against Campbell. He's taking him on the outside. Credit
making a change.
Yeah, but credit to Kalinowskis, who's doubled up, which has allowed Campbell to turn away and feed Edmonds Green. It's a decent delivery. Miles has peeled out to the far post. You think that's finding the back of net. Cannon's off the post. Really good move.
Long throw comes in. Edge of the area. Liebman lifts it over. It's picked up by Coventry. Trying to send Godden out on the right-hand side. And Godden will get there. Coventry still there in support. Swings it into the penalty area. Campbell can't get there though. Out to Terry Taylor. Avoids one challenge, but Webster will pick it up, and then Taylor just wrestles into the ground. Oh, and then Webster's just piled into.
Just don't need to touch him. Don't need to touch him.
Piled into Taylor after the foul, and he'll be in trouble here, Webster, you think?
Just don't get around Webster. Yeah, had to be. Had to be.
Red card for Webster. Just flew into Terry Taylor. He had the free kick, Webster, but was upset at what he'd done, what Taylor had done, and flew into him. I don't think it was any head contact, but he just flew at him.
It's immaterial. Like that's really poor from Webster, you know, because Taylor had to give away the free kick because they were countering and were going to have an opportunity, and it's just a bit of head loss, isn't it, from Charlie Webster? Complete head loss.
And he knows as well, and he's livid with himself for doing it. And it's a young man who'll learn from that. Taylor gets the booking.
Yeah, which was deserved.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Taylor had lost possession and was a bit frustrated with it, so he wrestled Webster to the floor, and Webster just flew himself into his chest.
There's not even that much in it, but you just can't react like that. You know. You just simply
Well,
can't.
Charlton just have to remember what we had to face when we were 10 men, so they can't take anything for granted here. The Addicts have got to raise the intensity.
Yeah, as soon as Taylor miscontrols that, he knows he's got to drag back. He knows he's got to give away the free kick. It was very blatant, very obvious. Referee had, no other option than to book Taylor. But that's a really poor reaction from Charlie Webster. Really, really poor. He's put his side under a lot of pressure.
Well, they're going to make a change as well now. Burton Albion, and coming off will be Hazelhurst. And in his place is Kieran Gilligan.
Substitution, Hazelhurst, replaced by 25, Kieran Gilligan. The substitution brought to you by Davis Accountants and Business Advisors.
I seem to remember we've had a few sendings off in these matches.
Yeah, I remember
Stockley and Oshalaja.
Yeah,
a real set two.
And again, there wasn't too much in that, if I'm honest. Just two lads wrestling, not wanting to give the other one the upper hand physically.
Well, we're going to restart with a Burton Albion free kick, which is actually nowhere near where it happened, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think anybody remembers after what happened in the aftermath of that. And Crocombe sends it forward. It's a long one. Gillespie heads it away. Coventry gets something on it, and then Godden goes right. Slipped by Therese Campbell allows Kalinowskis to take over for Burton on the left-hand side. Campbell pursues him all the way and does well to get in front of him. Kalinowskis does likewise to get the ball back, and it needs the interception by Edmonds Green. He gets the ball away, but only as far as Gilligan. Out to Armour, who's ball in field, is blocked by Godden. And just as Charlton battled against the odds, Burton will look to do likewise. Down to 10 men. Sending off just around the 24-minute mark of the second half. Throw from Armour, cleared away by Taylor. Then Booth up to Leeburn, back to Taylor. Switches it across to Berry. Berry with Edwards overlapping on the left-hand side. Can Charlton stretch Burton Albion now? Goes past Malif, who slips. Ball into the box. Looked like it took a handball. The referee said that he probably couldn't get out of the way of it. And play goes on. And long clearance from the keeper, looking for the run of Whitfield, but blocked by Gillespie.
Yeah, well, we've got to do a bit more of this. We've got to pass the ball, and make sure we create opportunities.
And we've got it out to Campbell, just overrun it slightly, and then Armour slides in, and looks like he might have fouled, but Campbell does superbly well to stay on his feet. And then Kalinowskis takes it off his toes and clears it away.
Has to be a free kick. It was inside the 3-second advantage rule. You can pull that back and give a foul. They've had a couple of bites at the cherry there to knock him down.
Charlton over back with Coventry. Now back out to the right-hand side, and Edmonds Green. Inside to Coventry once more. Coventry looks up and across to the left-hand side in space is Gillespie. Edwards further out to the left. Instead, Gillespie goes into the box. It flicks over across towards Campbell. Campbell, right corner of the penalty area. Back to Coventry, edge of the box. Little touch into Godden. Turns Godden. Gets his attempted cross blocked by Sweeney, and it's away for a corner.
Yeah, and I think Armour's gone down, hasn't he? I think that's Armour. Yeah. Yeah, but I like that. I like the fact we recycled possession. We were calm. There was a good run from Godden across the back line to receive, and it's won us the corner. But we've got to get that balance between moving the ball, in terms of passing phases, but not slowing the game down to allow them to get all 9 outfielders back behind the ball. There has to be the balance between the two. Moving it quickly, keeping possession, but moving it quickly into forward areas.
Armour's back on his feet, and Taylor's preparing to take the corner. Edwards coming short. Should he be required? Taylor may well ignore it. Coventry's also on the edge of the box, and he has gone to Edwards, and Coventry's there inside. Coventry being closed down immediately, but he gets it across to Taylor. Back out to Coventry, and he's still got Taylor out into the right-hand side. Taylor Back into Coventry again. We'll try and deliver this into the box now. Coventry swings it across, a deep one. Mitchell going backwards, heads it back across. Lieben can't get there. Therese Campbell does, takes a shot, but it's straight at the keeper. Didn't catch it properly, Therese Campbell.
Yeah, he drove it into the ground, I think. I think the volley, the ball immediately hits the ground in front, so he's not caught that quite as sweet as he would have liked.
Crocombe taking his time. We're about to make another change with Mason Bennett warming up. Ball goes long. Gillespie underneath this, heads it up in the air. Edwards takes a loose touch but manages to get the second one away. And Godden pursuing it, but Van Kooten's there first. Van Kooten down the line, picked off by Berry. It's good footwork from Berry in the first instance, and he's taken out in the second one, but at the expense of a throw-in. Charlton being told to hang on because Burton want to make this change, and it will be Mason Bennett coming on forward. 3 goals to his name. Sorry, 3 bookings to his name, not 4 goals. Yet to get on the score sheet, and he'll replace Lawsey. Daniel Lawsey will come off, and Mason Bennett will come on.
Yeah, in truth, he's been kept relatively quiet. He's not done a great deal this game. Lawsey, he's their top scorer by some distance. I think 6 goals this year, maybe 2 assists, and he's not really looked to threat all night. It's been a tough night for him. He's been well marshalled by the 2 centre-halves of Charlton.
Bennett has got a goal, but he got it in the what is now the Virtue Trophy against Leicester City under-21s. This is only goal so far this season.
Well, we've got a huge 15 minutes plus add-ons coming up, because we've really got to find a way to break the deadlock here. Turn this 0-0 into a 1-0 and 3 points.
Edwards takes the throw, goes backwards to Gillespie, switches it across to Mitchell. He's got Edwards Green to his right, closed down by Kalinowskis, so he goes back inside to Mitchell. Taylor just ahead of him. He's just got taken out by Bennett. He's got the ball out to Gillespie. In towards the edge of the penalty area. Lieben going for it, but just slips. And now Sweeney to get the ball away. As Whitfield clears it further away. And the play for a Charlton throw halfway inside the Burton half. Quickly taken by Gillespie backwards to Mitchell. He gives it to Gillespie once more on this left-hand side. Gillespie brings it forward, little touch, and then launches it across the penalty area, looking for Campbell. Armour gets there first, heads it away for a Charlton throw, this time on the right-hand side. Edmonds Green goes back to Mitchell. Ball inside from Edmonds Green now to Taylor. Taylor looks ahead, instead he goes left to Gillespie. He's got Edwards left if he wants to use him. Fizzes it at him, and Edwards does well to control it. Up against Whitfield, ball inside to Taylor. Taylor takes a touch and then goes left to Gillespie. Looking to deliver this in the box. Gillespie does so. Lieben can't get there. Nobody does, in fact. It goes across the penalty area. And Kalinowskis back there will clear it away, but only as far as Coventry. Little touch left to Edmonds Green. Back to Coventry again. Inside to Therese Campbell. He'll get a shot away, Therese Campbell. He does, and he might get a second attempt here. On his left foot. Instead goes out to Berry. Little touch to Campbell once more. He's got Edwards out to the left-hand side. Edwards back into Therese Campbell. Might think about a shot on the right foot instead, but again, didn't catch it right. Comfortable one for Crocombe. Yeah,
it was a shame that Miles didn't it was very difficult for him. He was peeled off the back of Sweeney. Sweeney looked like he was going to head it, made no contact with the ball. And because he thought Sweeney was going to head it, he didn't make a motion himself, Miles. But yeah, I think this is where we tend to struggle, being creative against teams that defend very, very deep and very, very compact. And we're resulting already to shots from distance, which is not really what you want to see. But you look out there and you want Berry breaking into the box at times. He's not. He's deep. He's trying to be a creator. Terry Taylor's in front of the back line. Coventry's in front, and we've not really got those little runs you need off the shoulder, and those little and players that can operate in really tight spaces and manoeuvre balls down the side of back lines, draw players out of tight areas. We're not particularly great at that.
Charlton have possession, and the left-hand side. It's a good run from Edwards in towards the edge of the penalty area. Across attempted is blocked away by Malif. Charlton have a corner. Charlton patiently knocked it across the field from the goal, from the short goal kick from Maynard Brewer. And a lovely run from Edwards down that left-hand side. Well picked out. His cross was deflected away for this corner. As Charlton looking to make another change here. See Thierry Small getting more stripped off and ready to come on. There's the corner on the Charlton left-hand side. The far side as we look is swung in. It's a deep one, headed up in the air by Van Kooten. Touched back by Coventry. He'll get it back from Edmonds Green, but it's too far ahead of him. It goes away for a throw.
Look, we had no chance on that set piece either. 4 players towards the near post, cross to the far post. As soon as it misses Miles Lieburn, we've got nobody coming in round the back. Our setup needed to be a little bit in terms of covering off all the spots, because you want to maintain the pressure on that phase of play. You don't want to let Burton out.
Well, Malifa stayed down, so referees just help play up as players get refreshments. Charlton looking to make a change, but no decision made. There might be more than one. That might be why there's a little bit of a delay here.
Yeah, I mean, your only other attacking option is Hilton. Yeah, and then you really are going launching, you know, in terms of crosses and long balls. But we'll see who makes way for Thierry Small.
Well, I'm convinced there's another change, which is why there's a hold up here.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a 2-play. Yeah, there is Danny Hilton. So two changes incoming. But before that happens, it'll be a throw into Burton Albion on their left-hand side, parallel to the edge of the penalty box. We've had coming up to 80 minutes gone. Still goalless here at the Pirelli. Down the line with the throw. Mitchell heads it towards the penalty area. Sweeney gets the header away, but only as far as Coventry. Sends it left. Edwards in space on that left-hand side again. Ball into the box, looking for a run from Coventry. Headed clear. Edwards scampers back to tidy up. Finds Taylor behind him. All the action in the Burton half. Across to Mitchell. Mitchell looks to switch it back left. Leaf with the header away though. Bennett for Burton, trying to flick it into the path of Kalinowskis, but that's read by Mitchell. He's trying to tee up the run of Coventry ahead of him, but he doesn't quite make it. Burton will clear it away. Kalinowskis will bring it forward. Mitchell pursuing him back. Kalinowskis still in possession. Mitchell, good touch, finds Campbell. Campbell taken out by Gilligan. People around us can't see that was a foul. I don't know how.
Yeah, the natives are restless. Look, he protected the ball well, Tyrese Campbell. Drew the contact. It's a free kick, simple as that.
Well, Charlton are going to make the one change. They're just holding off on Hilton, actually. And Edmonds Green has come off and Thierry Small has come on. So Hilton has just sat back down again. I'm not sure what the reason for that might be, but
he's just a lot more aggressive going forward, Thierry Small, isn't he? You know, you've got Edmonds Green in there at right back, and you really need to put the pressure on here. So Thierry Small will offer, I think.
Terry Taylor with the free kick on halfway up towards the penalty area. Lieburn with the touch, and Small's in there straight away, but he's saved away the shot, and there's a shot coming in, a save again from Coventry. Second shot! It's found its way into the net!
That is an absolutely massive moment. There was a very, very good save in there from Crombie as that shot come back in, but the rebound, unfortunately, straight to Coventry. He still had an awful amount of work to do on the edge of the box. He's not even caught it that clean, but it does not matter. He's crabbed it into the ground, and it has whistled past everybody, every Burton player in that penalty area, past Crombie in the goal, and it nestles beautifully in the bottom left-hand corner, and Charlton have that all-important goal. That is a massive moment in this game.
A double save from Crocombe, the first from Thierry Small, who'd just come on. Deflected out to Connor Coventry. His first shot was saved again by Crocombe. And on his left foot, Coventry hit it into the floor, I think, almost, and guided it in the opposite corner. And Charlton, after 82 minutes, have the lead. It's this first one from Small was saved away. Coventry with a right foot shot, again saved by the keeper, deflected back out to Coventry. He did it into the floor.
Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on the quality of the strike. He managed to get his left foot behind it. He bounces it into the ground, and it scuttles past everybody into that bottom corner.
Well, Burton on the attack now, Kalinowskis, but Campbell does really well to track him back and clear away the danger. Up to Lieburn, who goes to ground, nothing given. Burton have possession back. Gilligan on this left-hand side is Bennett. Bennett still in possession, trying to go past Mitchell. Now Therese Campbell across, gets a block in, and that's good work from Coventry. He gets his clearance off of Armour. It'll be a Charlton throw.
Yeah, that is a Charlton throw. Definitely took the ricochet. He's had a good game tonight, Coventry, actually. You know, if you think about what he was asked to do, he's done it well, but he has the initial shot. It's a great save. It bounces back to him, and he only has the option really to take a shot on his weaker side, the left-hand side, because he's getting put under pressure. You know, and yeah, look, they can go anywhere. They can be blocked, they can be saved, they can hit your own player. And it doesn't really matter. We spoke about Pearce's goal, didn't we, before the game? It doesn't matter. The important piece of the jigsaw tonight is that we win this game. And it was just a case of could we find a way to break the deadlock, and we have.
Burton Albion have made a change. And Omar Barrell is on for Ben Whitfield. His throw goes back to Maynard Brewer, sends it away. Headed away by Van Kooten. Mitchell hits it back, as does Armour, back towards the Charlton penalty area. This time Gillespie back to tidy up. Clears it away. Downfield, Armour again with the header infield. Gilligan will knock it further infield, and then he's just hit late by Coventry. And so Burton will have a free kick. Certainly not this long towards the Charlton penalty area, you feel, to try and get back into this game. We've had coming up to 40 minutes of this second half. The scoreboard to my right-hand side is just packed in. Oh, it's back again. So yeah, coming up to 85 minutes gone, as Crocombe sends the free kick towards the Charlton penalty area. Leeburn will tussle, gets a good header on it. It'll be picked up by Gilligan. Gilligan back to the centre circle, and Armour. Touch forward to Van Kooten. He goes right to Gilligan. Gilligan, ball forward. Picked up by Bennett, but good foot in from Edwards, but straight back to Van Kooten. Will get the shot away. That's a lovely block from Berry to stop that going towards the Charlton penalty area, but Van Kooten picks it up again. Out to the left-hand side is Kalinowskis. On the overlap is Armour. Kalinowskis uses him as a decoy, drills the ball into the Charlton penalty area. Leeburn again back there with a header. This could go away for a corner, and it has.
Yeah.
Now we're panicking when we don't need to.
Listen,
it's just the way it is.
It's natural. We've dropped a bit deep. We've allowed Burton to have possession. We've gone away from the game plan. They're a man down, and we're protecting a 1-0 lead. Such is our season. But I would like to see us on the front foot. But
Kalinowskis goes across to take this corner as Charlton again look to make changes, and we might even see Josh Lecker come on as the corner comes in near post. Like it had avoided everybody. Godden managed to get there and put it behind for another corner, but just momentarily I thought it was going to just fly across the 6-yard box and anybody could have hit that. But be another corner. Second in quick succession. Kalinowskis with it again. This one slightly higher. That's a great header from Gillespie out, but Armour will pick it up for Burton. Drills it forward, and well, if I tell you that's gone above the stand and beyond, it just shows you the quality of that shot. But Charlton won't mind. It's a goal kick as the double change is coming, and it is. Josh Lecker and Danny Hilton coming on.
Yeah, and it'll be Matty Godden.
Miles Leeburn will be one of the players to make way. It's supposed to be a little bit because of his height. Might be handy.
Well, Hilton for Leeburn isn't disastrous in terms of the height change, but you know, you're bringing off like for like.
Although Godden, the other player coming off.
Yeah, this one I'm not so sure about.
Lecker, who's defender by trade, so currently on the right-hand side. We prepare for the Maynard Brewer goal kick as we hit 87 minutes. Midfield Coventry will tussle, but the header coming in is from Bannon, but he puts it out of play for a Charlton throw. Lecker has the ball in his hand, but Alex Mitchell takes over. Mitchell down the line with the throw. Goes beyond everybody almost, and Lecker has got a foot in there. Armour tussling as well. Coventry with a foot in as well. Could be a handball from Berry as he tried to stop the ball going. Is he going to get booked for that? It's a bit harsh.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
So I think he just tried. He put his chest out and it sort of rolled across his chest and down his arm. It's a little bit harsh, but it's a free kick nonetheless. Crocombe comes out of his penalty area. A little touch to Gilligan. Drill this towards the Charlton penalty area, but that'll go beyond everybody. and away for a goal kick.
For a moment, I thought Edwards was going to head that, and you're thinking there's no need. It's one bouncing out, and I'm so glad he elected to duck it. But yeah, I mean, this is a case of just you know the amount of times we've whinged about teams running down clocks this year, and it's our turn.
Let's hope we're as good at it.
Absolutely. And Ashley Maynard-Brewer's doing the right thing, just collecting his thoughts, taking his time. Force the referee to speed you up, force them to make a decision. And he's not. He's just making sure that the clock is running down.
Well, we've had 8 subs, so I suspect there could be at least
There's going to be
4 or 5 minutes of added and the goal. So at least 5 minutes, you would think. So Maynard-Brewer taking his time with this. Now sends it away. Down the left-hand side, goes straight out of play for a Burton throw.
I'm not sure how that's happened. I mean, he's just sliced it.
I think so. Throw from Malif goes backwards to Van Kooten. And turn goes back to his keeper.
And here's the problem: they're a man down, and they've got time and space to play out from the back and actually build up a bit of play. And this just shouldn't be happening. We've gone very, very, very safe here.
Well, we're pushing up now as Charlton force the ball back to Crocombe once more. Burton trying to play it out. Van Kooten down the line. Campbell with a foot in on Gilligan, and now Small will pick it up for Charlton. Oh, he's got to have been fouled there. Charlton had possession, so the referee's playing on. Ball down the line. Small kept his run going, and he thought he was going to pick it up, but it's allowed it to bounce over his foot. Malif will come away with the football, and inside of him is Bannon. Bannon, ball forward, back to Malif. On the right-hand side for Burton. Small trying to make it back. 6 minutes of added time as Malif goes down under pressure from Small, and he's going to get booked here, Harry Small here. 6 minutes of added time, and Burton have a free kick on the right-hand side.
It is only natural. It really is. When you're out there defending a 1-goal lead, and I know they're down to 10 men, but it is only natural to stay safe, to protect that goal. But since we've taken the lead, we're ending up defending our area and our box more than we have done an entire half, pretty much.
Well, we've got to face another free kick on the right-hand side, at 15 yards outside the right corner of the penalty area. Kalinowskis will deliver it in. It's a deep one, and players go down in the box. Burton won a penalty. Referee says nothing of it. The ball will go out for a throw-in on this right-hand side.
Yeah.
I think it was Sweeney was one of the players.
You're not going to know what's happened there until you physically see a replay, and we're a minute and a half behind in terms of the pictures we're seeing. So he just threw himself to it. It's a bit like the Miles Lee Burns one earlier. I didn't think there was any contact there, but I wasn't physically watching. You have to be physically looking at it to see what happened.
Mitchell with the throw. Ball comes inside. Berry tries to get there, but he connects with Bennett first.
Suddenly Sweeney's playing centre forward, which is a last-ditch attempt. He's 6'3". He's built like a brick outhouse, and he's nestled himself in amongst our back line just to cause that last little bit of chaos. But we're suddenly giving away free kicks, allowing Burton to load the box.
It's another free kick, almost identical position, but this time on the left-hand side for Burton, and again it's Kalinowskis to send this in. Launches it into the penalty area. There's a flicked header coming in from Malif, from Van Kooten rather, but he can't get any purchase or direction on it. He runs away for a Charlton goal kick. We're 2 minutes into added time.
Yeah, I have now seen a replay, and there wasn't a lot doing, but I am a little bit concerned who was picking Sweeney up. That needs to be addressed. You have to say that by some distance he is their most powerful header of a ball, and physically he's their biggest player, and that's got to be a mixture or a Gillespie for me.
Maynard-Brewer with a goal kick, trying to take as much time as he can out of it, and sends it forward. This time it does stay in play. Hilton trying to get there, but he's headed away. Taylor with the next header forward. Small will meet it, but trying to send Hilton on his way, but he got the angles all wrong. Harmlessly through to Crocombe. He's going to send this long. Burton look to get back into the game. Crocombe launches it skyward up towards the Charlton penalty area. Gillespie with a good header away in front of Sweeney. Coventry trying to get it across there. Armour will get there first. Drills it forward towards the flick on from, I think that was Burrell. Charlton trying to clear it, and they haven't yet. Burrell again in there. This time Coventry trying to get there. Ahead of him is, I think that was Bannon. Flick on from Sweeney as the ball is switched across to the opposite side. Malif will pick it up for Burton. Back to Sweeney. Trying to take on Edwards. Still Sweeney with it. Now gets it into the penalty area, headed away by Gillespie. Coventry will tussle with Armour and he'll get there first. Hilton. He's got a switch on here if he wants to do it, and up to Campbell. Campbell could be onside here. Therese Campbell, can he collect it? He does. Still in the penalty area, Campbell drills it, saved by the keeper. And it's away for a corner. But Burton wanted an offside there. Campbell, a judge to has timed his run well. Found by Hilton, probably not the best ball to him, but he got there in the area, but he couldn't make his shot count. And Charlton will have a corner with 2 minutes left of added time.
Yeah, it's a wonderful save from Crocombe, low down to his right. I thought the moment had passed actually when Tyrese Campbell just missed control. Defender gets goal side, but he's done incredibly well to shift the ball, get himself half yard. It's a decent strike, low and powerful, and Crocombe makes a very good save.
I get the feeling this isn't going into the box. It's a little touch to Small. Works a bit of space for himself and then goes backwards to Taylor. Tries to lift it left and does to Hilton in that left-hand corner. Taylor in support if he wants to use him and gets another corner. Is that a corner or a throw in right in the corner? Difficult to tell from this angle.
It doesn't matter. He's in the right spot. It's in that top left-hand spot and we can wind down the clock again. And this is what we've been talking about, Tal. We've seen this deployed against us many, many times when teams have held the lead. It's our turn to run down the final minute and this is playing into our hands. Just keep the ball, keep control, don't panic.
It was a throw-in, I can tell you, and Taylor's over there to take it. Small is also there, so thrown to Hilton, goes back to Taylor. Now Small once more, and there's an offside as the ball went back to Taylor. Still in an offside position, quickly taken to Van Kooten. Out to the left is Armour. Armour, Campbell trying to close him down. Ball forward straight to Coventry, who's trying to release Hilton through the middle. Danny Hilton takes a touch and gets the shot blocked. Might come back to Coventry, to Berry, who lifts it across to Taylor. On the right-hand side now, takes it into the corner. Terry Taylor. Pushed into by Bannon, and then in his attempt to try and get it back, he swiped out while he was down on the floor, Taylor. And he's made contact with somebody, probably Armour, and it'll be a free kick to Burton. Taylor just showing the wall that he had.
Yeah, I do think he was actually kicked in that moment, if I'm brutally honest, but you know, he's got to get up and get on with it. He's not getting the free kick, so just get up, get back in, see this out. We should be done. We're 96, 20 odd seconds, so we should almost be there.
Well, it's the goalkeeper who sends the ball forward, looking for Sweeney, who gets something on it. Needs Edwards to get there first, and he does, and he clears it away, and that is a Charlton victory. And a much needed one at that. The goal when it came from Connor Coventry, a little bit scruffy, but they all count. Second half, well, the whole game really, which didn't offer a huge amount of goal scoring chances. Therese Campbell coming on had one, but before that, Gassner had me with probably one of the better chances. A Lieben shot in the first half, which was saved well by Crocombe. Ashley Maynard-Brewer with an impressive save down to his right-hand side from Kalinowskis in the second half. But the game probably turned on the sending off of Charlie Webster after Terry Taylor dragged him back. He reacted by launching himself into the Charlton midfielder's chest, got his marching orders, and then it was a case of could Charlton make the numbers count, and eventually they did on 82 minutes when Connor Coventry got that goal. What a huge goal that might be for Charlton, and a much needed one obviously, but Stevie Brown, we said it before, and I'm sure it'll be said again in football in the years to come, it doesn't matter how they come, as long as they come.
It'll be said again this season. It might be said next Tuesday night. But look, we said at the start of the show, by hook or by crook, can we try and get 6 points in the next 2 league games and advance in the FA Cup? Stage 1 is done. It was a tough watch. That's the reality of tonight. But we have had somehow in there 24 attempts at goal and 11 shots on goal. And statistically, you can't argue against the result. But the important bit was at 0-0 with 15 minutes plus add-on to go that we found a way to break the deadlock, and it honestly doesn't matter how it's come. It's come, and we've got the 3 points, and we've broken that little run, 5 without a win, which is vitally important. We go up to Walsall on Saturday. Can we advance and get ourselves into the hat for a little plum tie? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Nice little distraction. And then, to me, the key is next Tuesday. If we can get another win next Tuesday, suddenly we're talking about looking up towards that 6th spot again, because the league is tight. And I know we're talking about 4 points off relegation before the start of the game, but it's that tight that if you can just put a little run, a mini run of, say, 2, 3, 4 wins without losing, 3 wins and a draw, you're suddenly looking up again. And that suddenly sometimes can just be that spark you need for the season to reignite. But there will be a huge relief for Nathan Jones and his staff and the players when they walk back down that tunnel, and the journey will be much better tonight than it certainly has been in the last few weeks.
The 300 plus Charlton fans away to our right hand side will have a much better journey back regardless of the transport than those that travel to Huddersfield, the 1,000 plus, around 1,000 who travel to Huddersfield on Saturday, that's for sure. And they've been rewarded for their efforts with a Charlton victory, and a much needed one at that. My thanks to you all for watching or listening, depending on what you were doing this evening, to Charlton TV. My thanks, of course, to Stevie Brown, the Hall of Famer, alongside of me to the left. It's a fact. As always, Stevie, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Always a pleasure.
My thanks to Jacob back at the Valley for his production on this evening's Charlton TV show, rather. And from me, Terry Smith, and from all of us here at the Pirelli Stadium, a 1-0 win, and we go on to Saturday in much better frame of mind as we take on Walsall in the FA Cup. Do keep an eye on social media channels from Charlton to catch up with Nathan Jones' thoughts on this evening, and a player as well, if we can get one. Not sure who that might be. I think it could well be a certain kind of commentary. I could be wrong, but we'll see who that can be. Do keep an eye out for all the reaction to this evening's game on Charlton social media channels. Do join us again. It'll be audio only if you are joining us for the Walsall encounter because of the FA Cup restrictions. So audio only from, is it the Bescott still? Bescott Stadium? I don't know what it's called, I have no idea. But from Walsall anyway, if you can join us, then please do so on Saturday. In the meantime, have a great rest of the week from a victorious Pirelli Stadium. Good night.